The following program is for entertainment or educational purposes only and may contain content for mature audiences. Discretion is advised. The Numbers Guys are not affiliated with or endorsed by any professional or collegiate sports organizations or associations, nor any sports book or other gaming outlets. We always advocate responsible gambling. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants confidential help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Ohio, call 1-800-589-9966. In Michigan, 1-800-270-3044.
Live from TNG Studio 8B in one of the farthest geographical points in the United States from sunny Las Vegas, it's the Numbers Guys Better Betting Podcast.
Well, hello and welcome to the Numbers Guys, episode number 10.
Running out of fingers, brother.
That's it. Pretty soon, this might be the end of it. I'm out of fingers. I won't be able to count any higher, unfortunately. Episode number 10. That's yes for our Spanish-speaking friends. You guys have found the best, and I mean the best show where four finance guys and former world-class athletes get together to drink some beer, talk about sports, along with all kinds of other things that our male age 35 to 65 focus group indicates that you are going to love. If you're streaming us live on YouTube, it's great to be with you. If you're hearing us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music even. That's how big we are. Pandora.
Did you say Apple Podcast?
I might have. I'm not picking apples in April. We do appreciate you taking the time to listen wherever you're hearing us. And we certainly would be eternally grateful for your subscription. Speaking of subscriptions, we were in the 40s all day today.
Breaking news.
Ding,
ding, ding.
Right before... That was Price is Right. Right before the show, or right before we started. We started late tonight, unfortunately. We're having some minor technical difficulties.
Happens.
Yes. But right before the show, we hit number 50.
Wow.
The big.
They said it couldn't
5-0.
happen.
Big 5-0.
I think we're averaging like 5 subscribers a week.
Yeah, pretty close. In fact, I did the math on this, guys. And at this rate, in the year 2407, we're going to get a silver play button, which would be 100,000 subscribers. So in the year 2407, stay tuned. We appreciate your support.
I got to feel we got some compounding effect coming up in the near future here. So
I hope so.
Yeah.
I sure hope so. Boy, did I introduce us yet? I don't think I did.
No.
I'm so excited about the Dace show here.
Left the important part.
Yeah.
off the table
Anyway,
here.
well, I'm JT, by the way. You might know me as Mr. Midwest. You might not. Tones does. I say that every time. He's the only one.
Yeah, I like
I'm
that.
one of the numbers guys. I'm in the producer's chair tonight, along with me for the entire hour. That's going to be 60 full minutes we get these guys for. We've got
Probably more. But
my boy Tones. What's going
what's
on,
happening,
man?
JT?
Well, not much, buddy. You're looking at it.
Oh, we're ready for a great 10th show here.
Should be a good one. We got my boy, fresh off a little time in bourbon country, my boy D-Dub.
Back.
He's back.
It's good to be back. Thanks for having me.
They said you wouldn't make it.
Thanks for... Did Rich say that?
I said they. I didn't specify who.
A lot of people get lost on that trail. They don't come back.
Yeah.
Not the Oregon Trail, the Bourbon
That's
Trail.
dangerous too. Yeah.
The Bourbon Trail.
Buffaloes and stuff.
We got my boy, the incomparable. I say this every time, too. The incomparable, the impeccable, even. I don't know what the difference is between the two. We got Richie Rich.
Richie Rich.
I don't know. It never gets old, Jim, so just keep it coming.
I'll keep it coming.
Richie Rich.
I will. And I'll tell you what, guys. We have a killer show. Just an absolute killer show. I would get your popcorn going. I'd maybe get a blanket, even though it's probably 85 degrees outside.
That's hot as balls here. So.
Snuggle up. This is going to be it could be a 4-hour affair. We have so much great content, excellent cuts. You guys are going to see some great cuts. We have a lot of great things to talk about tonight. In fact, I'm going to say that this might be, I'm going on a limb here,
Not stretching it.
the best 10th show that we've ever done in our history as Numbers Guys.
4 hours long? It probably would be, what, the second longest show?
That'd be close.
It'll
Be close.
be a tie.
Yeah. So, man, you guys want to know what we're going to do tonight?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm all
get
in.
ready.
On the
Just the
agenda
agenda itself might take 20 minutes. That's how much great content we have for
agenda's a
our
book.
fantastic, fine subscribers. All right, so
Okay.
we're going to do a wheat beer challenge, which Tones brought up
Last week, right?
last week. He
I've been
said,
wanting to do this for several years.
and you're going to get your chance tonight.
We're
buddy.
going to do it tonight.
Tonight's your big night. We're going to try it. Okay, so we got the wheat beer challenge. D-Dub's going to talk a little bit about his time in Louisville, Kentucky, that is. KY, Kirkland. We have, we're going to do some trivia. We do that every week. We have to determine who's going to purchase the beverages for next week. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to talk a little bit about, I visited the DK DraftKings Lounge, or I think they call it Sports Social. They're scattered throughout the country. I went to the one in Michigan here. So we're going to talk about that for a little bit and let you know what I thought about that. Tonight, we were going to do this last week, but we got moved to tonight. Richie is going to postulate. He's going to postulate all over the place.
Ugh.
I don't know what it means. Okay.
All over.
Everywhere.
You've been saving that load for a couple weeks.
Now, okay,
I have.
no, let's not start this yet.
Okay.
Okay, save that for like the last half hour or so.
Okay.
He's starting early.
appreciate
It's
that.
okay.
Starting early. It's our time. So we're going
He's pre-postulating.
to pre-pasta.
Oh, shit. Okay, we have dollar drinks. We're going to do this until we get through every Chi-Chi's dollar beverage we can. So we got dollar drinks tonight. You're going to want to
excited
see
about
this.
that.
I'm looking forward to this one.
It should be a good one. I want to tell you guys at home why Golden Nugget Online sucks. They're a bunch of bitches. You heard it here first. Pardon my French. Usually I speak Spanish when I'm on the show, but bad people there. I'm going to tell you why. We're going to also review last week's picks. We have some top picks that we're going to go over this week. So a full show. I mean, I don't know, but you know what we have to start with, because we start with it every week.
Number
Daryl, do you remember what it is? You haven't been here.
Is it number 3 on the list?
It is number 3 on the list.
Yes.
Sir. All right, let's do it.
Beach.
A little libation exploration.
Play it.
Tasty beers or fine bourbons for our face holes to try. It's libation exploration with the numbers guys.
And we're back in Studio 8B. I'm wondering, as an aside, if our audio might be echoing out there in YouTube land.
Oh, no.
Is it gonna-
I don't know. No, I haven't gotten anything. I'm looking at my my little control panel here, and it's a little different. I wonder if maybe we're echoing. So if somebody in the chat could let us know, or if somebody wants to text one of us that's listening right now, that would be awesome. And just let me know. If so, I'm going to have to make a couple of changes, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. Let us know. Okay. Libation exploration. This week's beer of choice. It's a special one. It's a special one. This particular beer is from Hoof Hearted Brewery.
It's an interesting picture on there.
It's a pretty cool can, right? Yeah, it's a pretty cool
Who came
can.
up with this?
Something straight out of Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what that.
That looks even
how to
more
interpret that.
perverted than Beavis
Mike
and Butthead.
Judge.
Yes.
Hey, no echo sounds good, says Mrs. Midwest, actually. Okay, perfect.
Oh, is that Judy?
No,
Miss,
no.
Mrs.
Miss, not, yeah.
Not Mama.
Not
Got it, I
Mama
got it.
Midwest, right.
Is Judy still listening?
She's still in, in fact, I think she just texted me right now with hearts.
She stopped
Or
leaving
maybe
me.
that's not her. I don't know who that is.
She stopped leaving me notes. So
Oh, yeah, she's still around.
Hearts for Mr. Midwest.
Yeah. So this is Hoof Hearted Brewery, and this is all the rage right now. If you're into beer,
Okay.
Hoof Hearted, Columbus, Ohio.
Don't put it.
You know,
ah, hell.
this and this particular one is called "Don't Microwave It, Don't Boil It," which is really sound advice for most things.
That's the actual name. of the
Don't
beer.
microwave it, don't
Is it?
boil it. This is a collaboration with Dissolver Brewery of Asheville, North Carolina. And I'll tell you a little bit about Hoof Hearted. I said they're from Columbus, Ohio, right? Yes. Yeah, so not too far from us. Yeah. And their whole thing is they have more hops than brains. Wow. Yeah, and I know you guys aren't fans of the hop. Yeah, they're kind of a big IPA shop, I guess. But this is supposed to be really good. And this is actually a sour IPA with fruit puree, citrus zest, vanilla, and milk sugar. 6% ABV.
That's sour.
I had to go a long way to get this beer.
That's sour.
Actually, Zatonas. Shout out Zatonas. But
I'm having a
it's
hard
not
time
easy to get.
getting past the smell here.
All right, don't smell it.
Okay.
Okay. And actually, while you're taking a sample, I do have, and I didn't do this because I only had 4 of these, so I didn't do this ahead of time. But I do have just a little
0 Celsius.
bit of the pour here. Wow, that's loud.
They played a Canadian team today.
so you can get an idea of what the color is. We did this about
USA.
2 minutes before the show.
You guys changed USA.
No, but that did happen last week in Kentucky. They beat the
Talking
beat a,
soccer. So it's kind of a reddish color.
Canadian team, and they were doing some
What
like
you say? A lot of head
Class.
dissolves quickly.
Little sneak peek at the pre-show there.
Yeah, that was. That's what happens. But actually, that was at like
We
8
talk
o'clock
sports
exactly.
all the time.
Yeah.
It's just not on the air.
Right.
It's amazing.
Hey, we got Kev Dog. He said it sounds fine. Audio loud and
Oh,
clear too.
Kevin,
so
I
it was
never- I-
verified.
I'd never seen him type before.
I didn't know he had fingers. But turns out he does.
He's literate.
Yeah, and he can spell and read. Good for Kev.
Good
That's
spell
more
check.
than most people on the show. Anyway, it's a Beer Advocate 89. It's going to be sour. It should be sour.
Very sour.
Yeah, almost like a warhead in your mouth.
All right, it
A
is.
warhead in your mouth.
Yeah. I think this would probably be categorized as a milkshake IPA because it's got the vanilla and it's got the lactose or milk sugar in it. What do you guys think?
You said warhead, and I was thinking pixie stick.
Yeah.
You know, dump one of those on your
yeah.
tongue.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could relate to that. A pixie stick.
And really, it's not hop forward. The hop's kind of in the background.
Not hoppy at all.
No.
Yeah, I was
Very-
expecting more happiness. Very light. The sour is just boom in your face. Like,
Yeah.
As soon as you touch it.
I give the smell a thumbs down, but I give the taste, yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad. I like that.
I think
That's
it would,
pretty good.
It'd take a long time to drink one of these though. You
See, I
can't-
like sour. You guys ever have
I
sours?
don't think you could pound one of these.
Yeah.
No.
Hell no.
No.
No, I'm a big sours
Smells
guy.
like shit, but you kind of like it.
This
This
is
is Dan Moffat
A
special.
modified Dan Moffat.
this is a slow sipping beer here.
6%, eh? Not bad.
Yeah,
Could
not
tolerate
crazy.
it for 6%.
It's I'm gonna put this in a fun category.
Do you not like
because
beers?
I do. I do. I like to get a little more bang for my buck. You know.
Okay. Yeah, I get you.
Well, 6% at 16 ounces, right?
True.
A little more. No, it is very much like Sour Patch Kid in your mouth, exploding in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, just blowing sweetness or sourness. But it's not over. I've had beers that are way more sour than this. And this is pretty drinkable and
This is about
tasty.
this is about
refreshing.
sours I've had as a beer. For a beer.
Yeah, so I
think
mean,
so.
you guys like sours. I enjoy some of them.
I do too. Yeah.
Change of pace.
Right. Usually they serve them in a little teeny glass, though. This
Yes.
I can serve in a big ass glass. Yeah.
Yeah. This
We
is-
talk more about this can. This guy looks pretty excited here.
Yeah, I don't know if the people at home they don't. You have to look the can up.
He's
What?
got
Why does it say 46 degrees to drink? Is that ideal temperature for something like this?
I think they put the temperature that they would like you to drink their beer at on there. So certain beers might
But
be
I
served
like
a little warmer.
I like all beer, ice cold.
All beers, huh?
All beers.
Okay. Okay. Let me see if I can get a graphic on the screen here real quick. This is
What do you make of those partnerships? You know, this
when you get
one's-
together and brew one together.
Yeah, dissolver. What do you?
you asking me?
Yeah, you're the beer expert. You're the booze expert.
I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all. In fact, one of my favorite beers of all time, which is Short's Freedom of 78, it's a guava
Looks
IPA.
like a Ween album.
It does look like, well, it doesn't look like Ween album, but Ween had a song, Freedom of 76, and this is Freedom of 78. But that was a collaboration. I don't remember who the collaboration is with. I should know that. Some place in Illinois, I think it is. But in any event, that's one of my all-time favorite beers. And it's a collab.
Still available today? Or no?
Yes, but it's seasonal.
Seasonal. Okay.
Was it
Yeah.
old style by chance?
The beer old style?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no. No, let me just,
Trying to think of Illinois beers.
I can actually put this, let's see.
Chicago beers?
Yeah.
This is
They're
right
in Illinois.
here.
Pardon?
No. You're talking about beers.
Make sure this is going to show
The Bears? Sure.
The Bears.
Goose Island, maybe? That's
It wasn't Goose. It wasn't Goose. Let's see if this is there. Okay, yeah, so there's what is on the can.
Very interesting.
Don't microwave it. Don't boil it. I think I might have said it gets a 89 from Beer Advocate.
So what do the symbols mean on top? You should wear a shirt when you're drinking the beer.
I think that might be a link
email?
for swag
Oh, okay.
and an email and yeah, their beers. So don't microwave it. I'm not sure what's going on with this guy.
He's got a
That
hell of a
is,
trail
uh,
going on there.
Yeah,
And cowboy boots.
right.
Is he there voluntarily or is
I'm
that
gonna say
doesn't
yeah
look that
because
way.
his face doesn't look like it's in like
distressed? He's not
distress.
distressed.
He's not distressed.
So maybe he chose
he
to
looks sort of indifferent.
Yeah, he's got kind of a cool mustache going on. I like that.
like okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
So anyway, let's go around and get our scores as we do. Tones.
I do like citrus sour. It's a little too much for me, I think. I definitely could
What
probably
she
only
said.
drink one of these in one sitting. Less happy than I thought, which to me is a plus because I'm not a very happy person. So I would probably do 7-1 for this.
A 7-1.
7-1.
Okay. 7-1. Above average. D-Dub?
I think I got to take the can and the design and the name.
Yeah, the whole experience.
There's also a cool factor. Like you walk around carrying one of these things, you know,
Yeah.
you're gonna get a little.
I think it's a little bonus.
People are going to think you're somebody.
Yeah.
Mr. Midwest, even, possibly.
A little vibe.
7.9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nearing, approaching 8.
Approaching drive country. Drive an hour for it,
Okay.
but not quite.
Okay. Richie?
I thought you meant it was approaching where you drive and drink with it in the, like in the back roads of Columbus. Maybe you throw one of these down.
I'm not gonna comment on that. I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
I give it great quality roadie beer. I'm with Daryl. I don't know if I can go an 8, but it's a 7-8 for me, sir.
Wow. 7-8.
Like the can, like the vibe.
Yeah, I mean, design's awesome.
Give me a blindfold and give me one of these beers. I don't know what's up here. What do we call these?
Don't microwave it. Don't boil it.
That's the name of the beer?
Yes.
Oh,
That's the name of the beer.
that was instructions.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's like,
Did you see his tattoo on his arm there?
I can't read it anymore.
Buns Brigade. Buns Brigade.
I don't know if that.
Ah, Buns Brigade.
I don't know if that guy can follow instructions, Rich. I don't think so.
I think he got lost on his.
So originally, what I was going to do is I was looking for their beer that's called "This is what happens when you put ketchup on a hot dog," and I think it's another sour. I really wanted that, and I found a store that had it, and I got to the store and they didn't have it. They had sold it apparently. I guess you can't keep they don't
store
keep
as
the
the
stuff in
Tuna's?
stock. Yeah.
How'd you like that? That store is amazing,
Dude,
man.
that store is awesome. I think they have more beer than Total Wine.
Really?
I would say yes.
Yeah, and it's
More
not that
than-
big of a store.
Really?
But it's like beer on top of beer on top of beer. So if you're a craft beer person and you happen to be in the Southeast Michigan area, that's at Rochester Road and M59,
Correct.
just south of M59. Shout out to Zatona's. I think Steve is his name.
I think so.
Yeah, this dude actually, because I went in there looking for that particular beer, they didn't have it. He had this, which I took off his hands, and then he called and ordered me their 60-minute IPA, which is $60 nachos, it's called, which I had last night. But he actually had it delivered. Next day, I picked it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. That's sweet.
Yeah, I was like, well, you got a customer.
He
man.
has to have a
I'll be
hookup with
back
just
all the time.
about every brewery.
Yeah, he has to.
There's, I don't. If he doesn't have it, he'll get it. I mean, you're right. I mean, they really stock. It might be 3 or 4 aisles, but they put everything in those aisles, and then they have
Right.
those back.
Yeah,
they
the
have
coo-
some
the cooler.
specialty in the coolers.
They
yeah.
got taps. They got 2 taps there. You can go fill up a growler.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
Yeah.
That's
I think they do specialty beers in those taps a lot, so they'll
Sure.
run through them because you can't get them a lot, except off their own tap. So
And that was a rich recommendation, by the way. So thanks to you, man, because I've never been there before, and I will go back. And I'm down that way all the time.
and
Like, I
behind,
pass it
and
every day
behind them,
almost.
he's got like every bourbon, whiskey, vodka you could ever think of.
Sure,
I don't think I've ever seen shelves that. I mean, from top to bottom for the whole wall.
right. It's awesome. It's
crazy.
Highly recommended. Yeah. So and I'm going to give this. By the way, I'm going to give this one. I think I'm with you guys. I'm going to give it like a 7.8. Not quite an 8. I'm going to go 7.9. Not quite an 8.
Yep.
I don't have to stick with the first number I give, right? We can.
Right.
Yeah, we don't have those rules here. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7.9. It's good. I like sours. Hey, it's good. I can see what some of the hype is about from this place. After having, 'cause I had their 60-minute IPA, which is it's their double IPA, $60 nachos. I had that last night. Very, very good. Very. In fact, I would give that a higher rating. But yeah, excellent.
I smell a road trip.
You know, we could do. I was actually thinking about this. We could do that, and then we could stop by a Quaker Steak and grab some wings from there.
I'll be down for a Quaker steak.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite wing places. Yep.
I think somewhere outside of Cincinnati, there's a FanDuel lounge.
Really?
Social?
I don't know. Is that the one with Charles?
Yeah, Charles is all over the place right now in FanDuel.
Yeah.
I just know DK calls all their bars like socials.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that this was a thing. I thought,
I think
there's
PointsBet has one at. That's true. At Little Caesars.
Little Caesars, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah, right. Little Caesars, Arena. Yep.
So you can't actually gamble there, right? But you can see all the lines.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So if your cell phone's broke or out of battery,
You're out of cover.
or,
You didn't pay your bill, whatever it might
yeah,
be.
you go there.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
That is good to know. Now you know. Now, speaking of places that you might want to go, maybe a road trip type of situation. DW, you were just in Louisville for a long time.
Louisville.
A long time? A few days? Was it 3 days? 3 days?
So, let's see. Well, I'll start from the beginning. So we've been following around my son the last few years with the baseball, the travel baseball.
Yeah.
And so we were in, he's played 14 tournaments this year.
Wow.
They start on Thursday, so I'm not here. Thursdays. I have a hard time just getting to the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think the week before last we were in, we were at U of M, University of Michigan.
Oh.
Played there. Played the TaylorMade. They beat TaylorMade. You're looking like you don't know
TaylorMade.
The mighty TAylorMade.
She's the problem. It's her.
They won
Wait, that's Taylor-
Little League World
Taylor
Series
Swift.
a couple
Swift.
years ago.
Okay.
Bunch of those kids that won the Little League World Series.
Is that their nickname, TaylorMade?
Yeah, that's their travel team.
Okay. I'm familiar with their golf line.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I still got those clubs.
Sure.
And anyways, 2 days later, we're on the road for Louisville. I talked to you guys last week, and that's where our story begins.
Sure.
So Rich had recommended Pappy, 12-year
Van Winkle.
Pappy Van Winkle.
Van Winkle. Yep.
And he said, if don't say you don't like bourbon until you try it, right?
Right,
Like,
right.
well,
Yeah. I remember that.
That's fair.
Was that a real guy's name, or is it like a made up?
I don't know the history
believe
of
it's
Pappy.
real.
Is it real?
Oh, I know
Yeah.
the history now.
Oh, you do?
Because I've done a deep dive ever since.
Ever since you had probably a few of them while you were
Well,
there, right?
here's what happened.
Is that? Oh.
We went out to dinner the next night. I said, give me one of them Pappy,
Pappy Delios.
the 12-year Pappy.
That's all you gotta say.
He said 1 minute, and he came back about 10 minutes later. They're taking drink orders, and he stops to go find out if they have 12-year Pappy.
Okay.
Comes back, that'll be $125.
It's a good deal. And we might have mentioned it's not going to be inexpensive to
This
enjoy
is,
some
I
Pappy.
didn't catch that in the show last week.
No, yeah.
Did you say
Oh,
that?
that's
Yeah, we said
Oh,
it's,
we said it's very.
It's top of the line.
I
I believe
missed
that's
it.
why we said go with the 12-year.
Yes, correct.
Only
There
because
is
it's
more
gonna save
expensive
you.
Pappies out there.
I
We're thinking just an experience for you. I was looking out
it
for
would
you.
yeah. It would have been an experience.
So
and I
how many
almost-
years for the most expensive? What's the most expensive one?
I think the 23. Okay, so it retails at $300 a bottle, but one sold last year for $50,000.
And it was 200 plus for a shot of
A
something
shot.
higher.
Wow.
I think it was 20 years.
That's gotta be a hell of a shot.
Yeah, and I mean, I almost thought about spending the rest of the vacation budget on getting one of these,
Well, that would have been a story.
but I couldn't. I couldn't do it.
That's responsible. You
but
did the right thing.
so then after that,
I disagree.
forget the rest of the Louisville trip. I got home from Louisville, and I've been just infatuated with finding out the story about this $125 double pour.
Okay.
And it was a double,
Oh,
too.
it was a double for $1.25?
Right.
That
That makes the
doesn't
story
seem
even
bad.
worse.
That's a steal.
That really doesn't seem
I
bad.
looked it up. Yeah, about $1,700 depending on the year
Okay.
for the bottle.
For the bottle. Yeah. Yeah.
But there's a whole goddamn Netflix series about this Pappy Van Winkle.
Oh, really?
I did not know that.
Did you know that, Rich?
I did not know that.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think we need
The
to.
Heist. It's called The Heist.
Oh, the
if you
heist.
wanna,
I heard. Okay, so
you wanna
that's
know.
about that.
That's
Okay.
about that and one other thing too.
Okay.
But mostly about the bourbon baron.
Pappy.
Bourbon baron?
Is that Pappy? Or no?
No.
No.
No. Somebody was making off with some of the bourbon.
one of the was it one of the employees that was
Well, I don't
siphoning
wanna
some?
s- I don't
Yeah,
wanna
don't
s-
spoil it.
I don't
for
wanna-
folks.
Don't ruin it for our
I don't
lovely
know.
audience.
That's true.
Just check it out on Netflix.
But yeah, this is some interesting stuff. I was on eBay. I almost had a bid in there for $1,700, but
Stopped you. Well, hold on. So you're now
I
going
wasn't
from
sure
not
about
buying
the
$120 at
resale
dinner to
value.
$1,700 at.
I'm always interested in making a quick buck,
Sure. Yeah.
But I don't know the legality of, selling
Flipping
selling-
bourbon?
Yeah.
Selling and shipping. I don't know. Shipping
Yeah.
can be hard too, depending on where you're at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, what kind of person are you buying it from? Like, how do you know they
That's a
didn't
good point.
pour it in a Pappy bottle?
I had a friend. I had a friend 20 years ago that got ripped off on a Rolex on eBay.
Oh
Bought a
god.
Rolex and it was
What a
like
dummy that guy
Rolex.
was. Moron.
That's
So-
pretty shameful.
Heard about this. Yeah.
So, nevertheless, yeah, it's an interesting story. The backstory, Pappy.
You want to give us a clue, or you?
Well, it was until about 10 years ago or so. It was just bourbon. The bourbon wasn't a cool thing to drink.
Yeah, the old people drank that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. And then I don't know what changed, but
I really only started drinking like last 5 years. to be
Yeah.
honest,
yeah,
Myself. But
I think Dan Moffat
that's-
made it popular.
No.
But
I
No
made it
credit
popular-
there.
I made it popular for Dan Moffat.
Yeah, there you
Oh.
go. There's going to be some problems on Thanksgiving now between the brothers, the brothers M.
But yeah, Louisville, pretty cool town. A lot of bourbon. It's part of the Bourbon Trail. It's one stop on the Bourbon Trail. Bourbon capital of the world.
Definitely.
So
terms
with,
of-
top 3 things to do there, if besides bourbon.
Bourbon,
Horses?
the horses. We went to Churchill Downs. I think I told you guys about that last week. Went to
Right there, right?
I went to Louisville. The Louisville Slugger Museum. Did I tell you about that last week?
Oh, you were getting
mentioned
a
it.
little
Yeah.
insight.
Ethel, she got me this shirt.
Yeah. Nice.
I've been getting some.
Positive
I've
feedback.
been getting some feedback. I don't know if it's all been
Not
positive.
positive? Yeah.
Somebody told me that it too similar to my skin tone. So I
There's
don't
a similarity. There's similarity.
think. Yeah,
It's
and
close.
then
Who's telling you this?
somebody told me today. Get this. They said that my tan is like Hollywood Hogan WrestleMania 4.
all
The
WrestleMania 4.
Mega powers.
The Mega
I was
Power.
thinking when
like-
he
I
was on.
kind of believe that. Yeah, I
what
can
was the-
see that.
I don't know
Sure.
if that's a compliment or.
I was thinking
That
Hollywood
depends
Hogan
on-
when he had the bleached look
Oh,
on.
the bleached,
but he was
the
a bad
goatee?
guy for
Yeah.
the other. He
Yeah,
wasn't on
WCW, right?
No, was that what it was?
Yeah,
though, back in
WCW.
college?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
WCW.
had already jumped ship. But yeah, I don't know if that was a compliment or not. But
What's wrong with Hollywood Hogan?
I don't know.
Mega
He's
Powers
got-
was one of my top 5 tag teams of all time.
Yes.
So, yeah.
You guys remember WrestleMania 4 by chance?
Yes.
No, you did share something I think behind the scenes that maybe would be of interest to the viewers, Daryl.
Oh.
You told us what makes a bourbon a bourbon.
There was a list that one of the coaches read off, but I don't have all the specifics on it. But
I thought you promised us last week
You
you're going to
did.
have this.
I couldn't track that
You said
down.
you'd
I
have
think
all
it
the
was.
Unbelievable.
So you,
Flag.
you said it doesn't have to be in
Yeah,
Kentucky,
give
though?
him a cigar.
That's
give
what
Rich a cigar.
he had a pamphlet
Only
that
thing
you
I was
get
looking
from.
forward to this week. I'll see you guys later.
That's where.
That's
Hey, thanks for stopping by, Rich. Congratulations on 10 shows, by the way.
he had a pamphlet that you'd get from the bank for
CD rates.
yeah,
So it's got
but
to
it
be
was about bourbon.
it's got to be a new barrel. You said right, not used.
Yeah, which I didn't understand that one.
Okay.
It really, I get it, I understand it, but it doesn't make sense to me. You have to have a new barrel.
Yeah.
But do they get more than? How does that work? They must have a lot. You must get how many fifths you get out of a barrel, Rich?
That's too much math for me. What do I look like, an accountant or something?
It's got to be quite a few.
It's a lot.
I don't know.
Once they drain that thing, though, it's done.
But I don't think it can be
Can they-
exposed to the sun and stuff. Once it's that, it can't
Can they use
can't
it for
yeah.
whiskey after, like recycle it? But
Probably
use
because
it for
whiskey doesn't have that same set in stone.
Yeah. I know they
Rules.
certainly give them to breweries who
Breweries.
then put their beer in it.
I have one at home.
Bourbon
It looks
barrels.
like a pumpkin. That's an old
Oh, no
bourbon
kidding.
barrel.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You keep it out all year since it looks like, or only
I
Halloween?
turn it around. So when it's
good call.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the pumpkin face only comes out a month and a half out of the year.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing that for your
Me
Halloween
too.
party that you're having.
Sure.
Oh,
Got some Pappy there.
well,
I'll
Daryl
have to charge
Daryl
admission,
wouldn't.
but Daryl won't
It's
come.
good. You're gonna have to definitely charge admission. Yeah, candy corn and Pappy.
It was a few $100,000 worth of bourbon that was
Oh,
stolen.
that was stolen, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Sounded like it was part of the deal for working in the breweries.
Okay.
Is that,
You get
what they don't see on the side
you
is
get to take some?
part of the deal.
Okay.
Softball's big down there too.
So like a profit sharing,
Women's softball or
No,
Just-
slow pitch.
no? All right.
Did you see
softball.
Yum Stadium?
Oh yeah, Yum.
Home of the Cards. Did
Also,
you get
there's
carded
a-
down there?
Say again?
Did you get carded? That's the Louisville Cardinals slogan.
No, I didn't
Oh.
Clever. Yeah.
get carded.
You just got carded. Is what they tell you after they beat you in basketball.
Son of a gun. But
It's,
they
not,
have
it's
a,
not basketball season, granted.
They have a pretty sweet soccer stadium. We almost went to the soccer the one night, but it's not MLS. It's the next tier down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been a good time.
Yep. Pretty sweet stadium. And
Better than Hamtramck's.
I haven't been. I've seen it from a distance, but also, what was I gonna? Oh, the baseball, the Louisville Sluggers. That's a AAA affiliate of the Reds,
Okay.
and
Okay, yep.
we almost went to that one night.
Cool.
Didn't go.
Sounds like it was almost a great trip.
No, I mean it's one of those things. You gotta really love baseball to go to two kids' games
And then go to see another baseball.
Yeah,
a
and
minor league game.
Mind you,
I
it's
see.
90 degrees down there,
Yeah.
even at 9:00 at night. So, and there was, I don't want to say it's a problem, but definitely some panhandlers, for lack of a better word, on the streets. It is what it is, but
So no regret at all for passing on to Pappy. A little bit.
I'm happy to have 100 and
He wouldn't offer a single serve for 60.
nah, I think they just do double pours on that on the
interesting.
fancy stuff, but don't quote me on that because.
2 fingers.
But
Did you try any other bourbon?
define bourbon.
Did you order anything me and Jim suggested when you texted us on the
No,
bourbon menu?
no.
Oh, jeez. I feel like so used over here.
Don't mind me being quiet. We're pouring, getting ready for the wheat beer challenge, where we're going to try to identify and prioritize in order of our favorite 3 different, very, 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 very similar wheat beers.
But while you're doing that, I'm just going to say a shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out for the shirt from Ethel, and it was fun. Family vacation. So a lot of baseball. My son Holden.
Good quality
he's
time, right?
Heading into the 9th grade.
All right.
Yep, gonna be a 9th grader. And then my daughter Mildred, who's 8 or 10.
I think she's 10.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 8
10.
and 10.
She's not 9.
You dope?
Thank you.
Yours?
I'm going to give your shirt a 8-1, Daryl.
Hey,
No, I like that.
pretty good.
I mean, the only thing I don't like about it is it really kind of matches your skin in a weird way. I mean, I don't know. Is that normal?
Listen, brother. I got. What would Hollywood Hogan say about this tan?
What you gonna do?
All right.
So
I'm almost done pouring.
If the podcast doesn't work out, it's probably professional wrestling for me.
If the
Could work out.
SummerSlam is coming up in a few weeks in Detroit. So
Is that a fact?
it is. I got some cousins going. They want me to go too.
Hillbilly Jim and
I'm going to see Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair, my girls. So
Is that shirt terrible? Like, if you really give it a good.
Rich is there.
Richie Rich.
all right.
Okay.
This show is chock full of different things. And
Yeah,
you know what
I mean, we
happened, by the
got,
way? I left my SD card at home that goes in our mixer here, so we have no audio drops. So
I want you
when it
to-
comes time for shout outs, Richard's going to have to say, shout out, like, and do that if you don't mind. And maybe
Okay.
these are the top picks or something like that.
You could pull that
Can
off.
you do that? Can we count on you for this?
Oh, wait, you don't have postulations this week?
No, I have those. Anything with video I have, but any of just the audio only stuff I don't.
Oh,
The
so
drums.
if we get to episode 100, can we do the 12-year Pappy Van Winkle 18?
I'll tell you what, if we get to episode 100, I will eat these cups. These exact cups. I'm going to save them. So that's how confident I am. And I'm just kidding. Okay, so this we wanted to do. This was
500 subscribers.
Thank you, pal. This was prompted by Tones last week. What we're going to do here is I've secretly, and they're not the same. So Daryl, your cup of A isn't the same of Anthony's cup of A.
Okay.
So there's not going to be any group think. You're not going to color anybody. No placebo effect.
A is just a letter, folks.
It's just a letter.
Don't,
Right.
don't.
You got a
Right.
spreadsheet?
I have a graphic that's going to reveal what each letter is for each of you.
Okay,
And then
I'm gonna-
Tones did mine because obviously I couldn't do my own. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to sample A, B, and C. In each of these cups, there is either A, Blue Moon, B, Shock Top, or C, Oberon, which is brewed by Bell's Brewery in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Big Michigan Michigan thing. If you're in Michigan, obviously you know Oberon, but I think they have national distribution.
Where's
on that.
Shock Top from?
Shock Top, I think, is actually brewed by Miller Coors.
No, that's Blue Moon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Shock Top is AB. It's Anheuser-Busch or
Okay.
InBev, whatever they're called nowadays. That's true. Yeah, you're right. Miller Coors.
I know
Blue
I'm
Moon.
right.
And then
Obviously.
Oberon is actually. You guys know Bell's is now owned by the same people that own New Belgium,
Oh, really?
which is lying out of Australia, I think it is.
I will say, when I hear the word New Belgium, the worst beer, and tell me if you guys have had this, the Tripel.
I have
New
not
Belgium.
had their
Oh,
triple.
Hell no. That's like
No,
a
I've never tried it.
0.0.
Really? Normally, I like those.
0 on the scale.
I mean, I know
No
my brother
register.
tried it too. And he tried to, he's. I came over one day. He's like, "Hey, I got this new beer for you." And he shows it to me. I'm like, "You mother effer!" I mean, there's no way. I knew what it was because I tried it before.
Oh, okay, it's that bad. Where
And
it's
then he
almost
was
like
trying to get rid
legendarily
of it.
bad?
He's trying to pass it off as, "Oh, I got this new beer."
Yeah, you're gonna like it. You
should try it.
Try it. Right.
In fact, if I ever lose trivia, which doesn't happen, I'll bring you guys some Tripel.
Not yet. Today, I got to be honest with you. Today's hard. I got a hard trivia today.
All right.
It's going to be hard. I'm going to probably have to buy the beer. I don't think anybody's going to get it. Okay, but anyway, so let's give this a shot. So you guys want to try? Let's try Cup A first, and just write down what you think Cup A is, and then let us know, or we're going to prioritize them after we try all three as to which we think is the best. So if we can identify them and then prioritize them, that would be awesome. I don't think we're going to be able to do it. Okay, let me grab my Cup A here. That's B. This is C. So that through process of elimination, this would be A. Okay. Gotcha. All right, let's give B a shot.
Okay.
Here, gonna kind of
Let's see.
just taste them at your own speed. Whatever. We don't have to. We don't want to keep the people.
They start running
Guessing.
together after the second one.
Yeah, they really do.
I'm telling you,
don't
they taste very, very similar. I think.
I think I'm changing my.
Shoot.
Yeah, it's not easy, is it?
No.
I'm going by smell now.
I don't know if I'm changing my A answer or not.
Yeah, these are all American wheat beers, although they're marketed as Belgian whites, but they're wheat beers. All with
Feel,
orange and coriander.
Like a wine connoisseur. I got to
Yeah.
swish it a little bit.
I need to clear my palate between these here.
I have a feeling the result of this is going to be just buy whatever's on sale out of the three of these because they're
I'm going to
so
say that
close.
I think the one is going to be the most common. Can I say which one it is? Since
Yeah, because yours is your own.
I think everybody's going to be able to figure out the Blue Moon. Easily.
I'm trying to guess here.
We got 4 viewers, by the way.
4 viewers. Hey,
Yeah.
welcome. Maybe you're one of our new 50.
Could
Welcome
be.
to the show.
Yeah.
This is tougher than I thought it was gonna be.
We were supposed to have confetti rain down, but maybe we'll wait the next week. Jim didn't believe we'd get to 50 as of
Yeah,
an
'cause-
hour ago,
Right.
when it was at 46.
Right. You guys dug deep.
We did, thanks to let's see, Amanda, Jennifer. They were happy to subscribe. They were 48 and 49 today.
Well, welcome, Amanda and Jennifer.
Yeah, they're so excited that they said they're going to start their own podcast and steal our subscribers.
You know what? That's fine. I'd be happy to help them. No, I'm not. I don't want to get rid of our subscribers. I'm just saying.
We could share.
We can
We're
share.
not
Yeah,
stealing.
that's what
it's
I
not
meant.
like
Yeah.
it's not like when they subscribe to their podcast, the subscriber's going to fall off.
It doesn't auto unsubscribe us, does it?
I don't think so.
Proprietary.
What are they planning for cuts? I want to know about their cuts. Are they going to be fresh or?
I think this is just planned over a couple wines a couple hours ago, so it's
Gotcha.
pretty fresh.
Shout,
and
shout out.
Shout out to Quentin, right?
wait,
My nephew Quentin
Yeah.
said we got some good cuts on our shorts.
Yeah,
so
we're good on the cuts.
Thanks, buddy.
This
Appreciate it.
This is a toughie.
I think I got it figured
This
out.
is taking longer than I thought it might.
This is tough.
I'm trying to.
Right.
So can I go ahead and go with mine, or how are we doing this? Because we all have different letters, right?
Yep, yep. You go ahead with yours. So this is by default here. I'm just writing mine down. Okay, so,
So
Rich,
who's got my results?
I have all the results here with the exception of my own. So here we go. You ready? What do you have for A?
Shock Top.
It's incorrect.
Oh my God.
What do you have for B?
Oberon.
That's correct. C?
I guess it's not Blue Moon.
That's yeah, you're right. I guess.
Wow. That was
So there you go. So out of those, which did you rate as your favorite?
Oberon, followed by Shock Top, followed by Blue Moon, which is actually, I will change. I had that different last week, though.
Yeah, that's right. Because you thought
I
Shock Top,
thought
the
Shock
Carnival
Top would be
beer would be number
the
3.
Carney beer would be last, but
What's that mean?
you weren't listening when I went to the whole Carney story.
I had to go find a Shriner to to buy some Shock Top. It wasn't easy, man. All right,
So, yeah.
all right. So you're going. Oberon is your number 1. Your number 2 is going to be
Shock
Shock Top, and number 3 is going to be the Blue Moon.
Man, if you smell Blue Moon, it's well. I won't give it away for you guys. You probably-
Yeah. All right, D-Dub. Which one was your favorite? Let's start with that. Which letter?
B.
B was your favorite. Okay. And what do you think they are? Starting with A.
Shocker.
Okay.
B is Oberon.
Okay.
C is Blue Moon.
You identified 1 out of 3. Your favorite here was Shock Top.
Wow.
Shock Top
shocking.
is coming through.
This is shocking.
it is shocking. Way to use a pun. Yes, sir.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does taste a lot better than I thought it would.
Right.
For a
That's-
Carney beer.
For a carnival beer, as carnival beers are. All right. We got Anthony Boy. Anthony Boy. What are you thinking there, buddy? Which one was your favorite out of those 3?
Which one did you get? Oberon?
I think I would say B.
Which one did you get right?
B was your favorite. Okay. And then what do you think each one was?
I think A's Blue Moon.
Okay.
B Shock Top. 3 Oberon.
Okay. You were 1/3 of the way there, too.
Everybody.
Wow. Jesus.
A was Shock Top. Your favorite was B, Blue Moon.
Okay.
And your
Wow.
C was Oberon.
So that was 3. So then I would have listed Blue Moon number 1, 2 Shock Top, 3 Oberon. Would have been my rating.
Would have been your rating?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to give you mine. So, Tones, you're going to have, I don't have a graphic for this.
No, I would have put my money on you, Jimmy, just to let you know.
They taste so similar. I think A was the Oberon. I think B was the Shock Top. And I think C was the Blue Moon. That's kind of what I got.
Yeah, none right.
I got 0.
Oh, for.
Fuck.
That's shocking.
So what was your favorite? What was your favorite?
Hold on. Let me just let me taste them again here real
think-
quick.
This did not go as planned. at all.
This was throwing me off a little bit, having
Maybe.
the sour
Maybe.
taste. Of
It could be, but I don't know. The Blue Moon smells like funky or something. Like it did not refrigerate well. Ugh. I don't
tell
like
you-
it at all.
A is not my favorite.
Okay.
It's between B and C. And one more. We all got Ubers for home tonight on the way to ride home. So, God, this is tough. I think B might be my favorite. Let me give it one more. I'm going B. B was my favorite.
Blue Moon,
Blue Moon.
Oh wow.
Wow.
the old steady.
I do. I like Blue Moon.
That's good.
What was the second?
So it must have been. So where's
It was B or C.
What was C?
So C is Oberon.
Okay, so it's between Blue Moon and
A was
Oberon.
Shock Top. You
A
didn't
was
like-
my least
You
favorite.
didn't
Yeah.
like Shock Top. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how I would have guessed it would have gone.
Yeah. Interesting. But I'll tell you what, they really do taste. I mean,
Very close.
indiscernible, really.
Very close.
Now, of course, yeah, we should have maybe had a palate cleanser in between, which we didn't do.
Right.
But
Like an amuse-bouche.
yeah, and a amuse bouche,
We could
a
have
gastrique.
Popeyes chicken wings or something in between.
Yeah.
I had a whole
That'd be great.
dozen of them ghost pepper wings the other day.
Did you? Were they as good as you remembered?
They were pretty good, although about 4 or 5 in, it gets pretty hot.
Oh, they
and
they
the
were
next
spicy.
day, pretty hot.
I was sweating.
Pretty hot.
I was sweating when I was eating those things. Okay.
But 1 or 2, you know.
Did you wash it down with some Hawaiian punch on Fountain?
Ugh.
No.
No? Grape drink?
No. But I did find out that White Castle has red cream ale, a strawberry cream ale, which I took to be
A beer?
no.
Oh. All right.
What are you doing in White Castles?
What do you? Is that question even need to be answered?
I haven't been to a White Castle's maybe once in the last 25 years.
Do they have any items
you
that we
kidding me?
Is there any items we
Weird,
can?
man.
Huh?
No, can we do a taste test at White Castle? Is there anything on the menu that we can pull?
I
Well,
love White
that
Castle.
that red cream ale. I asked the guy. I said, "Does that taste like rack and rye?" And he said,
Oh, that would make sense, right?
He said, "Yeah, yeah, I think so."
Sounded pretty confident. And did it?
I didn't get it,
Oh, you didn't get it.
but next time.
Where
Okay.
was this at that you asked him that?
23 between the Christopher Columbus
It was in Michigan.
and Shaner.
I was gonna say, if you asked somebody about Fago outside of Michigan, maybe you're in Louisville, he would have been like, he was lying to you.
Did you notice the service is a little lacking at that particular location? Yeah.
Define lacking.
Almost surprised there's like nobody working there. And
Zero.
it takes you about an hour to get a cheeseburger.
my
Zero.
story there? That's the one place I went to in 25. I
That's
never
been
told you the
only
White
one-
Castle story?
No, you never told me the White Castle
Did it
story.
involve you heading toward central Michigan and then turning around and going downtown?
No.
Yeah, you told us that one.
This was around Christmas, so maybe called the 19th or 20th. I was out with some bankers, and those guys like to drink, as Daryl knows.
right. As opposed to you, who usually
they're
shies away
footing the
from
bill,
the demon
and
run.
yeah, I'm heading home. Girls are wanting to watch Elf. I need to. I need something in my system, right? Because it's late and White Castle was open.
Sure.
So I roll in, grab a number 1 combo and drink. You know, just get something in my stomach. Make sure I'm ready for a 2-hour movie when I get home, and don't smell like bourbon. All that good stuff, right?
What is the number 1 combo? Is that cheeseburgers?
Probably like 2 or 3 burgers with the
Okay.
fry or whatever, you know, their
Gotcha.
little sliders or whatever they call them. So I wait for about 20 minutes, starving now, right? This lady comes to the window with a Crave case and hands it to me.
That sounds like a great, happy ending.
That is a fantastic.
So I rolled in
Yeah.
with a Crave case. I told her she forgot my pop. So first of all, I got the pop with my Crave case.
Did she give you the Crave case for the price of
Yes.
a number 1?
I think it was for the person behind me, but I'd waited so long and was so hungry. Obviously, they were making this Crave case up, and they forgot my number 1 order.
Okay.
So they might have had to make another Crave case.
Fuck
So
it, give him a
anyways,
Crave case. Screw it.
I was probably about 12 burgers down by the time I got to the house.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
So it was a fun night of watching Elf, and White Castle smells illuminating the room.
God, that's the best.
fabulous.
I mean, my heart feels warm.
It was,
Maybe because it's swollen. It
was probably the
possibly.
best
This
Christmas gift I got that
myocardial
year.
Sack. Yeah. So I mean, we probably have. I mean, we're pretty much international now that we're at 10 shows.
Yeah.
Well, plus we got our Canadian audience.
Right, we got Canadian, maybe part of international. I think that would fall under that. D-Dub, you want to maybe or Tones? You want to give the people that don't have White Castle. Now, Rich, you grew up in Texas, so White Castle probably wasn't part of the fabric of your childhood.
No, Jack in the Box was though.
Jack in the Box, there you go, right? And we had White Castle, which was the part of the Afghan that was my childhood.
I believe
So
you could fact check. White Castle might be the first like franchise fast food place.
I
in
believe
the country.
it was
I think-
something pretty
I
significant
think
with
so.
them.
I was watching the Foods That Built America, so I think
Whoa. Before McDonald's?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, before for sure, for sure.
I think White Castle came from. Didn't it come from Columbus, Ohio? Wasn't that the, or was
no.
it Kansas City?
Kansas City, I think. Yes.
Okay, Kansas City.
Yep.
Okay.
And yeah, the guy, the original founder was just experimenting, trying to make food faster, and he put holes in the meat to cook quicker because people were getting tired of waiting to grab a burger. And yeah, he's the first one to basically, experiment with the buns and turn it into a chain restaurant. So
Yeah.
yeah.
They forgot the original premise at that particular White Castle because they could
Yeah.
have holes bigger than the burger itself.
And
You're
they
still
pride
waiting 20
themselves
minutes.
in service. They named White Castle because they wanted white, so
It's clean.
shows cleanliness.
Clean,
Right?
oh, yeah,
yes.
So that backfired.
Yeah. Yeah. Today,
Not the clean list.
but that was the whole deal behind it. But
I
the
watched
meat
the
just
founder.
it's just thin and melts in your mouth when you eat. The bun kind of just it's just a quick.
Has anybody ever ate it
Couple-
sober?
Oh, I have.
It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
much
Yeah,
better.
that's
Why? Yeah.
the other day. That's when I ordered it.
No.
Yeah.
It's so much
it's
better
awesome.
when you're drunk,
I
though.
love White Castle.
So you're
much
at 20. We're at 23 in Van Dyke, where there's about 8 choices there,
It's
and you stroll into White Castle.
technically it was between the Christopher Columbus and Shaner.
Technically.
You got Culver's close by too. right?
Clover's is between Hayes,
Hayes.
and Shaner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
So you would skip Culver's and go to White Castle.
Not me.
I think it was one of those things because we went to Culver's yesterday to get the kids something.
Yeah. Culver's is good. I enjoy Culver's.
Well, you're right by Popeyes too.
Popeyes skipped over that, and
They
Tim
got
Hortons,
that
and
Savvy burger, right? Is that the new?
Savvy's, sure.
I haven't tried it yet.
one of those one of those. What's the wings? Name your wing
Wingstop.
place.
Wingstop, wings, and
Not a fan
things.
of that
wing.
one.
No?
Detroit Wing.
That's coming up, by
There's
the way.
Detroit Wing Company's
Snob, Wing.
Wingstop is they opened a new one. by
Snob.
us.
Wing snob.
Snob or stop?
Stop.
Snob.
With an N. Okay.
B. N-O-B.
And a B.
Oh.
Yeah. Stop
And
has
then
neither of those.
there's Wing Bigot over there at Sterling Heights. Wing Bigot?
There's
No.
No?
Uncle Jack's chicken strips or something.
Captain Jack's.
Captain Jack's.
But
That's-
I'm glad I didn't have to answer the description of White Castle because, by God, Anthony had about 6 more facts than I would have had.
That was pretty
Well,
good.
it's got the
It was
little-
pretty good.
the
Watched a
pic-
documentary or
the little
something
pickles.
lately.
Oh, Foods of Built America is one of the best shows on TV.
Yeah.
History Channel. Awesome.
Wing fuck?
No. Too
Yeah,
far.
everything. You put a word after wing, and you got a wing restaurant nowadays.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Wings and rings?
Wings and rings.
Wing
out.
dip. Wing shit.
So that's
But-
it. So basically, White Castles are sliders.
He left one
and they're-
key
they're
word out.
delicious.
One key word for White Castle, sort of gelatinous.
Colon cleanser.
It all kinds of becomes like some different substance, in the middle.
Oh yeah, around like that one side of the bun always
Yeah.
gets something kind of goofy going on if
Yeah.
you let them sit. But actually, what I do is because you can buy them frozen, but they're really expensive frozen.
But I heard they're I mean they're
They're good.
though.
They're good. They
come out
taste
to-
good. Oh yeah, they taste good. But I usually just go and I'll buy a crave case, and then I'll freeze. I'll eat 15 of the 30, and then I'll freeze the remaining 15. You got to get them without pickle because the pickle doesn't do well. And then you just nuke them, and they're good.
I'll tell you one of the underrated items on that White Castle menu.
Can I guess it?
Yes.
Chicken rings.
Fries.
The rings, chicken rings.
Chicken rings.
No, no, and no.
Clam strips.
No. I'll give you one more guess. If you don't get it, then you're losing your castle card.
Oh, shit! It's not chicken rings and it's not clam strips. I don't know.
Mozzarella sticks.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They have mozz
Very
sticks.
good.
Yeah,
Very good.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Better than Arby's.
But Arby's got solid mott sticks though.
Have you guys? Did we talk about this before? Has anybody tried their Wagyu beef burger? That's 51%.
I don't know, but every
Wagyu
time I
beef.
pass it, I think about you ordering that Wagyu beef burger
Yeah.
in Vegas.
It's much more
Why
economical
don't we?
choice to what Arby's.
Why don't we do that for a future show?
Was it at White Castle?
I'll pick it up.
No.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do it next week.
I'll pick it up.
Wagyu beef burgers?
I
Oh, yeah.
with just
What do you think
cheese
those
on it.
run there at Arby's? About 12 for the
I
meal?
think they're like $8-9. Well, maybe for the meal they might be 12. Yeah, but I think just the burger alone is like $8. Maybe.
Big Montana.
Oh, the
I'm
Big
thinking for
Montana,
the-
that's classic.
First week
Yeah.
of when NFL kicks off, we each grab a 6-pack of wings from a different store.
Here's what I was going to do.
Yeah, we need to do a wing.
Maybe
taste-off.
we should talk
Yes.
about this. It's
Yes.
the King of the Wings. I was going to introduce that tonight. King of the Wings, right? And I think we were going to start it next week, and we still have to do a broadcast from the Tiki. And there's a Domino's right by my house, and there's not too many Domino's around, and that would be one of the participants in the King of the Wings challenge. So if we can coordinate Domino's with the Tiki broadcast.
Okay.
Then we can do it all at one time. And
We do have a Domino's close here.
on Hall and
No, in the
About a half
Freddy
a
strip.
mile.
It's in
oh, there's a Domino's
Over
there.
by the biker bar.
Oh well, never mind. I didn't know
We
that.
can make it work here. We can make it work.
Oh well, never mind. Forget
Domino's has what? Wing Street? No,
It's-
that's Pizza Hut.
That's Pizza Hut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Covered that.
You're right.
Yeah.
Wing Street.
So will Domino's bring it in like one of those manless cart on
I hope so.
like
I love that stuff when they do that. We were walking around.
they
Santa
have a bunch
Monica,
of
they
those,
have-
right? The
Yeah,
self-driving
I think
cars.
that's supposedly. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like on their commercial. A lot of them they invested like 100,000 of them or something, so they
Really?
can bring it to you without a person.
They're on the road, the open road.
I mean, I don't know how they're
I don't
being used.
know if that's legal yet, but they
Right.
have them. They have the technology.
Right. Well, it's like in Santa Monica. Shout out Mike T, by the way,
Mike
one of
T.
our new subscribers.
Mike T. Shout
Yeah.
out.
Oh, I like that was a good one.
Shout out.
Yeah, he lives in Santa Monica, California, and when you're walking down the streets of Santa Monica, occasionally you'll see this little cart
Oh yeah.
cruising down the street, and it's delivering groceries with nobody on it or
Yep.
in it. Just drops
cool.
shit off at your house.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right, guys, it is trivia time.
Okay.
We got to determine who's going to be buying the beer next week, and
Or wings.
or wings. Well, I think specifically
Beer.
in our
Specific.
contract it says beer.
Beer. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Calling the masters of facts, the sultans of stats, the czars of knowledge that isn't learned in college. It's the Numbers Guys Trivia.
All right, numbers guys trivia. This one is going to be a toughie. I got to be honest with you. I don't know. I think I'm buying the beer.
Can I guess it?
Well, that's the idea.
Where did Jim get his hat?
But you know the answer to that. If you paid attention,
That
you
was
know
the
where I got this.
Salvation Army on Hall and
This is the pre-owned one. Yeah, I actually have the new one at home. Here we go. Which MLB team was the first to have a field with lights for night games? Which MLB
So this
team?
is a switch up from the last one where
Yeah, you might
there's
see a
last
pattern
one.
here. I basically listened to the last show and then asked a trivia question about whatever was said in the last show. But which MLB team was the first to have a field with lights for night games? And if by some chance 2 people get this right, or 3 people, then we're gonna have to Rochambeau best of 3. And I'll give you guys a clue on this one because I think it is rather difficult. It was back in the 30s,
oh,
right?
Thanks for nothing.
This is a hell of a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. So I would say maybe Tampa Bay Rays, or possibly Arizona Diamondbacks,
Or the Rockies.
or the Colorado Rockies. Yes.
Montreal Expos.
those would all not
Yeah.
qualify.
Oh, that's why I asked the questions. Don't answer them. Yeah. So just write your answers down. Basically the first stadium to have lights, or field to have lights. It wasn't an arena back in 1930 something. And
All right.
write your answers down. Think about it. Yeah, no.
I'll just think of teams around back then.
Yeah, that's why I gave you a clue. So it's going to eliminate some teams. Well, obviously, the Rays weren't going to be the first team to have lights, to have a night game.
No.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I have a feeling if I could put money on what you guys are going to guess on this, that's going to be wrong.
Coming. Are we doing this now or at the end of the show?
No, I'm going to save this. I'm going to keep the people
Yeah,
waiting.
savor it.
This has anticipation built in. You know, that's part of the reason why I do this, to keep people tuned in because they want to know the answer, right?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that from some of the subscribers out there.
Yeah, that they really like trivia and they like to wait around for about 3 hours till they get the answer. Sure. Sure.
Yep.
And yeah, I'll take that. Oh, a little teeny paper airplane. That's pretty impressive that you did that. Don't you come up with a guess?
I took a Midwest guess.
Okay. Did
Oh,
it's
just
right
sucking
here.
up to
Sorry.
Mr. Midwest.
A Midwest.
Wow, he is Mr. Midwest, so I was thinking that might
I appreciate it. We'll keep you around for
be
another week,
something,
Towns.
right? Yeah.
Appreciate that. Now, speaking of Midwest and Midwest things
What a
to do.
Smooth transition that was.
Yeah, we're in the Midwest, and the Midwest is home, Michigan specifically, is home to a DraftKings social, they call it, which is basically a sports bar. That is DraftKings themed, I guess it would be. It's essentially, they have the odds on the screen, and they have sports, ball playing, and food and drinks.
Monster screen.
Big ass screen. Yeah, Rich, you've been there. I'm gonna real quickly here. Got about 30 seconds worth of video. This is the one in Troy, Michigan, and that's the exterior. Obviously, I was really excited about this. Here's the inside. We're sitting at the bar. Me and Mrs. Wood. It's really nice on the inside.
It looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
They have sandwiches.
They have sandwiches, which you think would be all that qualifies for a good time for me. Here's we had fries. We had a big ass thing of nachos.
The
there.
nacho looks pretty good.
How many people were in your party?
Just me and Mrs. Midwest. Those are the wings there.
Those aren't going to hold well in the car.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. And I'll give you Mrs. Midwest's rating. She said 2 out of 10.
Wow.
2 out of 10.
She doesn't like big screens and sports.
That was really all that was really good about it was the big screens, I thought. And the drinks, I had they had a cinnamon smoked old fashioned, which was fantastic.
I would give that a whirl.
It was delicious.
I would give that a try.
Everything else was not so great. Yeah.
Well, this was also your anniversary night, right?
It was. So, of course, we wanted to go to DraftKings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nothing says love like
Maybe
DraftKings.
you dragged Mrs. Midwest there, and so she gave it a lower rating.
No, that wasn't it.
So
it wasn't it.
there's just something missing about that place.
Right. It was
I
cool
don't-
on the inside, right? I thought it was kind of neat.
When
It
you
was-
walk up to it, you feel like you're gonna get like a Las Vegas experience, and then it's more like a Dearborn experience. I don't know.
No, nothing wrong with Dearborn.
Was your phone broken or the battery dead?
No, why?
Oh, that would have probably made it more interesting for you. You know, the
Because
numbers would have been
it's the
something
numbers.
again.
Right. I mean, you obviously don't need to go to those places. You can't put a bet in there. You can use your phone like you would for any other place at the local Chili's. You know, might as well be a DraftKings.
They need to like embrace their DK the DK part of it though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I don't know if they need to put a window in there.
Yeah.
Like who cares? You can bet on your phone. I want to go put a ticket in
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
and have some wings.
Sure.
Yeah.
That I guess were not very good because you got
The
2 out of
wings,
10.
I may have gotten salmonella from the wings. They were cold
Well, you did
when they
go
were
to
brought
Gator.
to me, and then Mrs. Midwest, she always breaks them with a fork, doesn't just start chewing them. She's not a
Fancy.
not a barbarian.
Sure.
But yeah, they didn't look pink to me, but they were pretty cold and not very good. They looked really good though.
They did look
Yeah,
good.
I was like, these are gonna
They
be
look
great.
like they would be.
Yeah, they were fat. But you know what they are, Rich? They were like those wings you were talking about, the Buffalo Wild Wings, when they give you the
Too much
antibiotic
hormone.
steroid ones.
Yep.
Yeah, too much. Too
Yeah, it's
plump.
too big.
Too plump.
Too big.
No,
Yeah.
it's more about just the meat.
Right. I would have rather had smaller, but yeah, tasty and possibly all the way cooked wings.
That would be a positive.
The fries, they were Old Bay fries. They put Old Bay seasoning on them, I think is what
That's
it
no
was.
good. The how was the cheese sauce there?
Cheese sauce, average. And the nachos, I think, were probably the best part.
They looked.
Those
Those
are
looked good
pretty
to
good.
me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a nice setup with those nachos.
I mean, I'd say, let's say we're going out over that way. We're going to watch opening day, or you're going to watch a Lions game or something like that. I'd get the nachos and
Yeah.
have the beer. Although they brought they had the taps, the tap lines confused. So
Wow.
Mrs. Midwest ordered an Oberon.
She got a shack top?
She's like,
She couldn't-
wait a minute,
Did she
this
tell
is
the difference?
fucking Blue Moon.
Son
No,
of a-
not okay. No, she didn't say it. But she got something else, and she's like, try this. I'm like, that's not Oberon. And then sure enough, the manager came over and like, our stuff's all screwed up. We don't really know what's what. So it was kind of like a guess. They were just pouring stuff, and they were like, is this Oberon? So we tasted it. We're like, that's not Oberon. Then poured us another one. How about this? Is this
Don't
one
they have the
Oberon?
barrels like named
Apparently
back there?
not. Apparently not.
Unbelievable.
But see, like, how long has this place been open? Is what I want to know.
I
This
think
seems,
at least a year now.
Is it
Are
that
you
long?
kidding me?
Okay.
At least a year.
this would be like first week kind of stuff. You'd think,
Yeah.
I'd shrug it off.
Mixed up beer lines. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
I wanted to like it a lot, and then you sounded very excited about it. I was like, there's something missing
Man.
about it that takes away the fun factor or something.
Yeah, yeah. And if it's been a year, then I don't know if I go back. If it had just, if it's even a month old and they screw some
gotta
stuff
put
up,
like
I
a
get
monster
it.
ball pit in there or something. I don't know.
Well,
There's
they do have
something
darts,
missing.
right? They have the back room. They have 2 bars in this place.
They do.
Yeah, they
yes.
got 2 big ass bars. So obviously they have a lot of capacity, right? And then they have a back room with darts and pool, I think. And then they have skee ball, like kind of on one side of the
Sure.
bar there. You can play skee ball, and I don't know. And it wasn't busy on a Friday night.
No, maybe we need to start broadcasting there or something in that back room.
I kind of thought about that. But then I thought after I ate there and possibly may have died from those chicken wings, I thought,
And we're glad you're still with us today.
Well, you did
I'm
go to
glad I
Gator
did.
Jake's
Make our
after,
time.
so
which was excellent. That place is awesome.
That was
I still
good
love
stuff.
that place.
I haven't been there in a
25
while.
years later,
I haven't
still
been
an
there in a
awesome
while,
place.
but yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff.
Anyway, that was my experience there. I thought that kind of tied into what we do here on the show with
well,
sports.
you know my love of the app. It just doesn't carry over to
yeah.
the social,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Hey, Rich,
Yes.
got a question for you.
What can I do for
All
you?
right. Would you possibly want to postulate tonight?
I've been waiting to postulate for at least a week now.
All right. Well, here we go.
I mean, I'm not apple picking in April. Are you?
No.
Oh.
Richie's postulations.
And,
Richie's postulations.
That's a
everybody.
great cut.
yeah.
That was a good
I
cut.
like that.
Thanks, Quentin, by the way.
Richie.
That was
It's a big compliment coming from Quentin.
one of my
He knows
favorites.
his guts.
All right, guys.
So you're postulating. You said you actually have notes for this. You postulated so hard.
I'm going to notes from. I just wanted to make sure I encompass the whole experience. So we're talking grocery shopping this week, and when's the last time you guys actually went into a store?
Hold on a second. Did you say that's what we're talking? Or you and
I'm talking grocery
Lauren?
shopping.
Okay, we're okay.
I haven't been
Hey,
in
it's your-
3 months.
your
I
platform.
get the pickup. You guys do the pickup,
Not too often, no.
I'd probably go to the grocery store
or do you go
about
inside? I mean, I know you go check out the clearance.
once a day. I'd probably go to Kroger.
Yeah. See, I can tell you, Mrs. Midwest never goes in the store. It's either pickup or delivery.
Delivery.
Yes.
I go to Costco once a month, and Myers
Costco, Sam's Club, great. Once
Yeah.
a month, perfect.
once a
So,
month.
all right, I'm moving soon. I gotta get rid of bottles, right? I haven't gone in a year. I gotta start whittling down these bottles. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to move the damn things or throw them out. Probably should have thrown them out. So
You talking returnables?
we got returnables
Okay.
here.
Okay. I didn't know
I
if
got
you
them
had
all
like a
nice and neat.
collection of bottles or something.
You should preface this by saying that Michigan has 10-cent.
We have a 10-cent. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
Because it makes it valuable
Yes.
as opposed to other states. Yeah.
Yeah, so I keep the cans. I don't throw them away. I haven't been in a year, and I'm watching this collection pop up. And this has nothing to do with this experience, but I tried to go 2 weeks ago to Myers on a Saturday, and if anybody, Myers, if you're from Michigan,
Meyer.
has anybody ever tried to return cans on a Saturday at 1:00?
Bad idea.
Bad idea.
Not since 1998.
Let me tell you what
Last time I
happens.
returned
2 in the
can.
morning is the best time.
I'm too deep in Meyer and then what happens? One by one, I watch each thing. Boop, boop,
Yeah,
boop,
they
boop,
get
boop, 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 boop,
jammed
boop.
up, right? Full?
And God forbid someone goes over there and shakes one of those out.
No.
So I have to roll these things back to my car because obviously I'm not going to wait
No.
around for another hour
Wait
to
a minute.
return
Wait
these
a minute.
cans.
So you went in with returns.
I got
and you
about
walked out with the same
$15
returns?
in returns. Yeah.
Oh shit,
So I'm bringing back, right?
that's rough.
Well, no one's ever in the glass line, so I can get my $2 back on the glass can. So that's a good thing. So I roll in 8:15 going to Kroger. They have the far door, which has the returnables, right? And then they have the closed door.
I can see where this is going.
Yeah, they have the closed door, that the main door. Okay, but
Okay.
if you have the cans, you want to go to the second door.
So you go in the.
So
yeah,
I'm in the
ship
second door, but it's 8:15, Jim. Guess what happens at 8:00? They shut the damn second door.
Oh no.
So now I gotta walk down to the main door, and then with $15 of cans rattling, I gotta go through the main course with everybody watching.
you're
me.
leaking, shock top out
Yeah.
the bottom of
Leaking
your
shock
cart.
top, postulating, everything's going on.
Sounds like a mess.
It's like the walk of shame through Kroger's.
8:00.
Unbelievable. Can't- 8:00? What is that? Some post-COVID bullshit? I mean, I remember
Yeah,
walking
due
in
to
there.
COVID-19.
Everybody knows that.
yeah, due to
Unbelievable.
COVID-19.
8:00, second door.
That's horrible.
It was horrible. And then I get to the machine, and I'll tell you something. You know what happens at that machine when you get to $10? It spits out your ticket
Automatically?
automatically.
Okay.
Guess how many cans I had? $10.60. So now I have 2 damn slips for $10.60.
And, that's
my God.
and then your hands are all like sticky from beer and stuff.
Well, I put it together nicely. So, yeah. I mean, no one was back there. So
You
I had
had
to sink.
6 cans
Was-
sitting there you had to do a separate ticket for?
Separate ticket. So now I have
man.
$10.60.
Was the sanitizer at least full so
I'm
you
not-
could like?
It was.
I'm gonna flag him on that one
Wait,
because
oh,
because
Uh-oh.
what's the difference between giving the person at the register
It's a pain
one
in the ass.
ticket
For
It's
the
60
story's
cents.
not
or
over
2
yet.
tickets?
It's still a
Story's
pain in
not
the
over.
ass.
Keep that flag there. The story's not over yet.
Okay.
So I go first of all, I go to this clearance center where Daryl goes and gets awesome. What was that?
Sasquatch. I had bourbon cream. What else?
The
was
only
there?
thing I saw there was like
Greatest
sweet
Dad
tart
cup.
face wash for girls or something. That's all I get to see there. And maybe some that milky stuff you drink when you're 85.
And sure.
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 Or when you're 45. No shame in that. Not to
healthy.
interrupt you, Rich, but before I forget, D-Dub, did you buy from the clearance thing the number one dad Michigan State
yet.
Spartans thing? You haven't bought it yet? Okay. All right. For yourself.
It was still a little rich for my blood, $7, but
That's high for
Okay.
clearance.
All
I
right.
thought it was appropriate.
All right. I'm sorry. Rich, continue to postulate. Sorry.
I don't know what year it is, but I tried to scan my coupons at the self checkout. No, you can't do that.
No, you can't do that.
I can at every other store. I can at Myers.
You can't scan your.
This is
No.
amateur hour.
You have to.
Wait, no.
You can't use
No
a coupon?
coupons in the scan?
No, you have to hand it. The guy has to walk over to you and scan your coupons because we're not old enough to scan our own coupons
That's
yet.
BS.
Apparently,
That's
right?
fucking BS.
So then I don't know if you grab those plastic bags. So I have my stuff in plastic bags. Then I get to my car, I realize I have 6 instead of 1 because they attach to each other. You know how they come out.
That's a bonus to me. That's part of the.
I mean,
that's a
come
winner.
on.
I like extra.
That's a
foam.
winner.
I use them for garbages and stuff.
Sometimes I just grab
Rich
a whole
playing
roll
the
of them.
world's smallest violin over here.
No,
This is legit. Like issues. Like I don't shop in the
I feel your
store.
pain. Yeah, continue.
This is serious problem.
Preach on. Postulate on, brother.
So I get home. Hour and a half later, feel good. Got some shopping done. The girls can eat some other breadcrumbs this week. And I reach into my pocket as I'm changing into my gym shorts, and I pull out a $10 coupon for beer returns because I gave her the other 2. I gave her the 60-cent one, and I gave her the $1.21 for my bottles.
You
But the
didn't give her
$10 one was stuck at the
Remains.
bottom of my pocket, Daryl. Oh. So I'll tell
no.
you, that flag is bullshit.
Well, you could
I
go.
have $10 sitting on my counter at
Well,
home.
you could go back and get some clearance items with that $10.
You could. You can buy Daryl his number one dad.
If I would have had 2 instead of the 1, I would have got another $10
would've.
off my order. Now I got to take a whole nother trip.
Which is going to cost you at $3.80 for gas. It's going to cost you some money to go over to the
Unbelievable.
It's gonna
Kroger's.
be irritating.
That's bullshit.
That's rough.
I liked
Pardon my
I
French.
liked this segment better when it was called "What's Your Beef?"
That's kind of.
That's postulating.
You know what really grinds my gears? No,
and that was an inadequate beef.
no I
Just
get
a
it.
lot of wine.
I get it.
That was just a lot of wine.
And while we're bitching here, I'm about to bitch of a store about Golden Nugget Online, by the way. They suck. They're the worst. They're worse than Kroger's.
I could tell you that a year and a half ago when I signed up for
Man,
a
there's
second.
terrible people there.
But
Horrible.
They can't
You
give you
like
your
the
money
actual
back.
casino in Las Vegas, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think you know what? I think they just use the name. It's not.
It has nothing to do
I
Well,
don't
with
no,
really
it's
think
go,
it
it
has
has
much
to
to do
align
with it.
itself with a Michigan casino.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So it's like some Indian tribes
Up
casino
north or something.
Right.
Right.
So
But,
the Indians screwed up the golden nugget.
Let's just call them natives.
No, yeah, I shouldn't. Did I say Indian? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be saying that.
The old Ojibwas.
The original
The
Americans.
Ojibwas.
Yeah.
But yeah, did you guys notice like everything closes at freaking midnight? I mean, these are places I used to, when I was a kid, we used to go out and hang out and you party till 2 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go to Chicago, you could party till 4 a.m.
Right.
Of course, you do that on a regular basis when you were young, and
Was that with the time difference, or was that
No.
4 a.m.?
that's 5 a.m.
Oh,
Right. You
most
drive
of-
down there, you get another extra hour.
That's right.
Yeah. Everything around here is like midnight
Midnight.
all the time.
Bars where people there are down on their luck and drunk. They got to go home at
You
midnight.
can't even play Keno till 12:30.
No.
No.
It's weird.
One
Not
thing,
that I'm
though.
ever out past midnight, but
not at the Hilltop.
no,
2
that-
a.m.
that's a place. But they have
Sometimes
the
later.
kitchen ready. Is that all set up now? Ready to gonna have dinner
The
there
kitchen?
tonight? Yeah.
I haven't been there in a couple, 2-3 weeks.
Okay. Well, probably
But
then.
maybe we go there tonight, check
Yeah,
it
we
out,
might stop
talk
in
to
there.
Darko,
Talk
and
to
see what the
Darko.
scoop is.
Yeah.
I had heard that it was a month away, and I haven't heard the final.
And that
Final.
was January
Come on,
last year. Was that 2022?
I'm not going to let you get me banned from my
All right.
favorite bar.
No, they're good people there. I do like that place. Man, Rich, sorry about your luck there, buddy.
That's rough.
And I appreciate your postulating.
I felt better I feel better after I postulated.
Venting.
Well, yeah,
Now
that's the purpose of
you'll
this.
go back to
It's supposed to be
Kroger.
therapeutic.
Yeah, it's
Lot-
supposed to be, except that this guy on my left is giving me shit. I mean, like,
Lot of user
it's my
error.
postulation,
It is
Daryl.
Rich's. It's
A
not
lot of-
Daryl's
A lot of
postulation.
user error.
It's his time to vent.
Everybody
It's his time
knows
to
it.
Yeah, it's
Everybody
mine.
knows Kroger closes at 8.
It's my 5 minutes.
I didn't know
Also,
that.
everybody knows you got to give it to the
Whatever.
cashier, the tickets.
I didn't
he
know
keeps
that.
calling
I
them
didn't know that.
coupons, but they're not coupons.
They are
Well,
coupons.
what are they?
They're chits.
Return slips.
Chits.
Slips.
Shits. This is not Burning Tree.
Oh, I thought you were talking about actual
They're-
like coupons,
they're
like save
deposit
50 cents on your
I had
Del
those
Monte.
too.
No, they're deposit
Yeah,
slips.
okay, but will they take? Let's say I had a coupon for a Lipton cup of soup.
That's what I had.
Okay,
I had
You have-
both.
You can't scan those. You have to
can't
give those
scan
to the
them.
person. Okay,
You need
Yeah,
somebody to
that's-
hold your
why?
hand. An adult.
I'm not 80 years old, so I'm not cutting coupons. But the
Right.
point is,
I get them free
Rich
in the
made
mail.
a few mistakes.
I get free things.
and
He's made
yeah,
a
it's his
few.
fault for not knowing. And I agree that he could have known. They could have plastered it
to
on the side of the building.
Shop in the clearance section, but it's not okay to bring a coupon.
Now, if you look Kroger up like on Google, does it say second door closes at 8 o'clock? Is it listed?
No, it's probably different between
I
every
don't know.
Kroger.
I can't speak to that, but I feel like it's common knowledge these days.
I did not know that.
That's
I
fair.
did not know that.
Well, it's for the people, Daryl. It's just not for all of us that go to Kroger all the time. I haven't been inside in 3 months. Kroger, that is.
What?
What time is it? Okay, that's fine. Now it's after 9. Oh shit! See, Tones, it's almost 9:30, pal.
Yep.
What'd I tell you? I told you.
2 hours.
Tones and I, we each have a pick that is at 9:40 tonight.
Yeah, so we
And I
got.
said, we're not
Well,
going
get
to
'em
do
out
these
through
picks by
picks.
9:40. You're crazy.
we're
Do 'em
gonna have
now.
to-
Is it for the baseball
You want to
game?
do it? Yeah.
Has everybody done
Daryl,
it?
you got one of those too?
That same baseball game, I'm pretty sure. You
All
like
right.
the A's?
Yep. Daryl, I'll put you up right now. Let's get these out. This is more important than anything. Is
Let's do
our
our
is our
bets.
picks here. Here's Daryl. Go ahead.
I like the A's. Astros cannot seem to win after winning.
Wait, whoa. You
You're betting
What?
against us.
like the A's?
I like the A's plus 175. I think
Oh,
it
I did
was.
not expect that. Okay.
172. Yes, sir. The
Wait,
Astros
are
have
you
had.
getting the run line too? Or just the money line?
You're taking A's.
says plus 1.5
Yeah,
here, so-
A's money line plus 172.
Oh, I'm just making sure.
This is from FanDuel, by the way. Okay.
All right.
So that's one of Daryl's top picks. I only have one top pick this week, but I think actually if I go through here, let's not give it away. Roman Soccer, MLB. This is U-Tone. So this is one of yours for tonight's game at 9:40.
Yeah. I got
France.
I'm
Is
taking-
this World Cup? FIFA World
Yeah.
Cup soccer, women's?
So I'm taking Stros minus 1.5. Very favorable pitching matchup tonight, and A's have one of the worst strikeout rates in baseball, and France is pretty decent at throwing some Ks. So I parlayed it with not the country France, but pitcher France. Very good record, low ERA. A's pitcher is like 6.5 ERA tonight. So I just
Plus 220.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I like that combo.
like
So,
that.
Yep.
And I know Jimmy's been fading the A's all summer.
All summer long, baby. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to have much for our top picks. This is the only one I got.
I like Jimmy's take on this one.
I kind of went
like
the
this.
same road in the way
You
here.
guys
but
you guys each have the same game?
we all have the same game apparently.
I like that pick though.
I'm going Astros money line, and I'm going Astros team total over 4.5 runs.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna clobber. We did some homework earlier.
Yeah, I think that's a good.
All the Astros
Just
got to
probably.
do is win. I'm probably most confident in the team total, quite honestly. I think they're gonna get over 4.5 runs. Guys, ERA for the A's is
6.5 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why A's, Daryl?
minus 110.
The Astros have lost 4 in a
DraftKings.
row after they win against the American League. Did you guys know that?
You also said
I don't know
the
what that means,
Rangers
But the A's
did
low
something
balls,
that
so.
they won on the other day.
He says that I says the Rangers did something.
You told me the Rangers lost 4 in a row after winning 2 in a row or
That
something.
was off the air.
Okay.
Are we just drinking from the bottle here, or what are we doing with the?
I got a question.
one.
Oh, that's up. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Dito.
I think I forgot my question.
Was your question? What was your question? What was-
Anthony interrupted me. I just lost my train of thought.
Was your question? What's the next Chi-Chi's
Look
dollar
at you
drink?
caressing that
Yes!
microphone,
Yeah,
Anthony.
I want to
You
get my
give,
point
you
across.
give a little love to that.
It's like
Rubs it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
anyway.
Was that your question?
I want to say yes.
The next Chi-Chi's dollar drink?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought your question was you wanted to see Tones rub his microphone.
Well, sure. Of course.
I usually don't use my left hand, so this is.
Oh, I was going to ask, what color do you think this shirt is?
Peach.
Salmon?
Fuchsia salmon.
I called it fuchsia as well.
Fuchsia
but
salmon
I think
combo.
it did say salmon on the.
It's got a little red in there.
Doesn't look pink enough to be salmon to me.
It's a combo.
Yeah, it needs
It's
a little more
combo.
pink.
Yeah.
It's a combo. It's a parlay.
Tangerine?
No,
Maybe
no,
not
no.
quite orange enough though for that.
No.
Right.
Nope.
Ruby red?
It does look like
Yeah.
ruby.
Ruby,
You're
that's-
an ocean spray guy.
No, he's
Pretty
not like a
accurate.
ruby grapefruit.
Oh, yeah, inside the grapefruit.
Ruby
Yeah.
grapefruit. Yeah.
Pretty close.
That's what they say. It's all pink on the inside when
Actually,
it comes
look,
to grapefruits.
look, right here. Hey, right there. That's pretty damn close. Right?
That really is right on, isn't it?
Is it ruby grapefruit?
Not
Glasses
bad.
aren't polarized. Okay. Yeah, that is that color.
Well, if you have X-ray glasses, they only can do so much for you.
That's right. I can tell you, Daryl's got one hard nipple right now. That's weird.
That's bizarre.
All right. You know what time it is, guys? We got to do dollar drinks because what we
Dollar
need
drinks.
is more drinks.
$1 drinks.
It doesn't like dollar drinks.
That's a pretty interesting intro.
You
like
and
it.
your pink shirt.
Well, yeah, I like pink shirts. If you listen real closely, there's
What do you say at the end?
there's Oscar the Grouch saying, "Grover, put your pants on."
I didn't catch that one here. Though.
Yeah, you have,
Let's
to
hear
hear
it
it. You
again.
have to listen to it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's play that back.
And then there's Big Bird saying, "Let's get effed up." Hold on, it's because count is counting. He's like $1 drinks. Yeah.
$1 drinks.
I didn't catch all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
great.
it's nuanced. You have to
I
listen.
didn't get that from the hotel.
No,
last
nobody
week.
would get that. I don't think anybody got that. You have to listen to it a few times. But
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I spent some time on that for about a
One.
3-second
One.
intro there.
Not bad.
Grover, put your pants on. Anyway, dollar drinks, guys. Tones, do you mind doing the honors? So
Holla for a dollar.
this is a segment where we drink. We drink more because that's what we need to do on this show.
Our target audience demands it.
Yeah, I think we possibly described these a little bit last week. Where you can go to Total Wine, you can go to Meijer, you can go to probably Kroger. They have these Chi-Chi's drinks. They come in a single serve bottle, and they have pina colada. This is, by the way, this week
Don't
is
forget the ice cones.
Mexican
Mexican.
mudslide.
How much was
Oh,
this, Jimmy?
You gotta get the ice on there, bro.
How much?
Oh, I see.
$1.
You're right.
$1.
They're $1 each. Huh? $1.
Right?
I think last week I might have gave that pina colada a 9 something.
I think you did. I thought you had stock.
9.4.
It was so high.
Yeah, but I think you really have to use. You can use your hands, Tones. I know
You
where
have
they've been.
to add your booze to it, though? Is that how that
No.
works?
No,
There's
Add
booze
some
in.
vodka, probably, some Kahlua.
nothing. They're ready to go.
They're already pre-mixed.
And the lady at Total Wine told me that you should see all the golfers that come and buy these in the bowlers.
Oh yeah.
The bowlers.
Yeah, they throw them in their golf bag and their bowling bag, and they save money by drinking dollar Chi-Chi's drinks.
I'm not going to sit here and let you badmouth the bowlers of America.
Well, I'm not bad mouthing them, but I can see what they're
Sneaking in booze to their local
Well,
lanes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't approve of that. You got to support your local bowling alley. Most of the time, those are small businesses. You just pull the whole thing in one Tones.
We're gonna drink the whole thing.
Yeah, they're single servings.
All right. We're drinking a lot of fluid tonight here.
Tell me
might have
you've
to
never
pee.
snuck in a pop to a movie theater, dude?
Drinking a
They're
lot
delicious.
of fluids.
Yeah.
Who says that?
That's Tones.
Well, that's not even gonna fit.
That'll fit.
Wow.
I
Okay. We're gonna go like
I
that.
force it in there all the time when it comes to these little glasses.
Just jam it in there. Come
Right.
on.
Man.
Yeah.
There you go, Richie.
Yeah, because I think especially you're going to enjoy this
Gracias.
one, Tones.
I think
D Dub might like this
I
too.
think Tones asked for this last week.
Fortunately,
Mudslide.
I might have a cheap alcohol problem where I think I've had all of these now, and I really enjoy them. Like I think you might expect, I'm going to give this one a high rating too. I think it's pretty good.
You know when you hit rock bottom when you try to find yourself looking for the bourbon cream at the clearance aisle.
well, you wake up and I have these little Chi-Chi's bottles like strewn about, covered in Chi-Chi's bottles.
I don't think mine's gonna fit
it's
in
not
this.
really like that. Yes, it will. They're the same.
No, you
Don't
think so?
get weak here, Tones.
Okay,
You
what's that?
okay?
I'm
You
good.
feeling all right? You don't-
I had
you don't have a
three
fever, do you?
three wheat beers going on
Okay.
here.
Well, you know what's funny is, by the way, the folks at home, you might remember a couple weeks ago when we did that ghost wing challenge, or not challenge, but we did the ghost wings. I said something to Anthony because I'm looking at him. He's pouring sweat, and his lip, like his upper lip, had a lot of sweat on it. And it turns out he was running a fever the whole time. He showed up.
I had the COVID Sigma variant.
Right.
Yeah.
He's here. He's a talk about a
Thanks for
trooper.
showing up with COVID.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we all got sick after that, but
And he caught salmonella for me with the chicken wings
yeah,
combo.
that's right. But no, man,
You actually
that's
had COVID?
dedication.
I was a trooper.
Wow.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Well,
Yeah.
cheers to
All right, here we go.
episode
Cheers
10.
to plowing
Episode
through.
10. So this is
Episode 10.
Chi-Chi's Mexican mudslide. Let's see what you guys think of this one now.
Okay. Delish.
Yeah,
I'm digging. I would take this golfing with me.
Not bad.
nah,
Not
it's
bad.
pretty tasty.
I put it one notch below the bourbon cream.
Well done. Well done, Chi-Chi's.
Initially, it's good, really good, but if you
Yeah.
let it sit, I think you got to almost drink it in one swap foop.
One swell foop.
I could use a stir. You have
A
any-
stir. I think what you want to do is
want the ice to get in there.
where
a
that
little bit.
ice cube is floating, you want to drink by that ice cube, so
Yeah.
it kind of chills it on the way up. Because it's not gonna be as good warm. I don't think.
That's, yeah,
Is there
cold.
any bourbon cream left?
You want?
Oh, I was unsuspecting.
we haven't touched it since
Can
that
I get
show.
a scoop of ice cream in this?
Did you want to compare the bourbon cream to that? Is that what you want?
Well, do we have time? We probably don't have time.
Yeah, well, I guess we don't have.
I
Time.
think
That taste still haunts me. I can tell you the smoky flavor.
Right. This is bourbon cream without the smoke.
I would rank this a little above the pina colada.
Oh, okay.
I would
All
put
right.
it ahead.
All right.
Yep.
This is
I'd agree.
pretty good. Pretty good. Are we supposed to give it a number rating?
Yeah, you're gonna have to give it a number. And remember, this is
8 thumbs up.
who's that? I don't know. I can't convert that
8
to
out of 10?
8 out of 10.
Well,
A straight 8.
I'm going to go.
Yeah, is that a rookie thing?
That's a rookie score.
I'm doing 8-1.
Ooh, Tones trumps D-Dubs on this one.
8-1.
I think it was 7-9.
As Rich would say, this isn't Price is Right.
What's the alcohol content on this?
They're 12 and a half.
Oh, they're all 12 and a half?
12 they're all wine. It's wine based. I don't know if it's
So that's
wine.
25 proof?
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
And that's how many ounces?
Tones.
This is 187 milliliters.
It's like 2 ounces.
Yeah, is it a double shot?
Does it even
I think
give
it's supposed to
ounces?
be it
Double
fills up a
pour?
rocks glass, right?
That's true.
Yeah. It's a one serving.
8 ounces?
What
How
you
many,
have?
how many milliliters in an ounce? The Canadians.
question.
The Canadians.
That's a great question. I got a better question.
Yes.
Rich, if you could have, say, 125 of these versus one double pour of Pappy Van Winkle, your choice would be what?
Pappy.
Oh, wow.
No,
that's suspect-
I'd go with 125
Support.
Chi-Chis.
Oh, hell no.
yeah.
I would do the Pat because that's like a once in a lifetime deal.
Yeah.
How
You're not
often-
going to do it often, right?
This is fun, but I'm not drinking this all night long. This is too sweet.
No. You have one.
One.
You have one of these, man. You're watching
This
television.
is
You're
like,
watching a movie.
yeah.
You
This
wanna,
is the last pour of the
I want
night.
dessert. Yeah. I want to have something
Exactly.
tasty that,
Yeah, a little chocolate action.
yeah, chocolate and creamy. And
Yeah.
This
I
is
want
good. This
to
is
have some ice cream, but I want to drink instead type thing.
yeah, because this is a celebratory show tonight. I didn't break out the margaritas. They're in the fridge, by the way. If anybody wants a Chi-Chi's margarita
We'll
or a
save that.
Chi-Chi,
I'm looking
yeah.
forward to those.
That'll be next week.
But I think we're not going to rate those as high. But both of these cream drinks, like the pina colada and this one, this is good. I'm gonna go not as high as the pina colada,
No?
but pretty
Okay.
damn close
The coconut colada.
for $1. Yeah,
You thought the coconut colada was better than the mudslide from Mexico.
I think so. I don't know. That's hard. You know what? I gave that a 9.4. I'll give this a 9.2 for
Wow.
$1. It's
That's
a buck.
that's a good
Dude,
rating.
it's $1.
That's
You can't
solid.
get a gumball for $1.
So here's my suggestion for Chi-Chi's is to make a fried ice cream drink.
That would be nice.
Yeah. I'll ask my shareholders.
You know what
they
we could
think about
do
that.
is we could get the fireball bucket and mix it.
How about a Mexican
Well,
pizza?
that's what I'm wondering. I mean, if you were a true lush, you would find a way to modify these to make them, to make it $1.25 each, but have double the alcohol and maybe like some cinnamon in it or something.
I wonder if this, like in the Margaritaville ice maker, would like make it a little slushy. I wonder. I think that would be pretty good.
That'd be pretty good.
I think so.
Well, I think a true mudslide it does have ice cream. So yeah, I think it would be
A little icy. Yeah.
a little
I think
ice
it'd
in
be good.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll make it colder. The colder it gets, the better it'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
How many
Again,
scoops
$1.
of- yeah.
American, U.S., $1 USD.
I'm not going to argue with that.
No. You want to have a good time? You want to have something tasty at night? Throw a few of these in your fridge for $3. You have one. You got half your week covered right there.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's
Is there a more economical, a larger bottle?
They do. They make, I think, 1.5 liter, the handles. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 1.5 liters is probably what, 45 ounces?
You guys are the accountants here.
So that's probably about 30 of these bottles.
I can't do metric
Is
conversions.
it
Imperial.
$30 by
No,
chance?
you get a volume discount.
So
Oh, yeah. This is not the most economical way to buy it.
Yes.
But
Turns out it's a
it's a buck.
ripoff.
Yeah, it's a buck. You got to pay for the plastic. It's
no,
$1.
you can't put the gallon in your golf bag though.
That's true, too.
now, so I was in Windsor Friday. I got a 3-liter Crown,
It is a golf
Bottle.
bag.
3 liters, equivalent of 4/5
Okay.
for $65 US.
Wow.
Cheers to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have a coupon that they didn't take at
There
the
was no
self
coupon.
checkout?
They didn't scan. You know what? Okay, a postulation for the duty-free store is you have to have your license plate number when you check out. So unless you remember to like write it down or take a picture. Now I did take a picture because I was pissed last time. I had to go all the way and check out, and then come back around, get my license plate, and then go back and check out. Okay, so that would be my border postulation.
Good to know.
I think Rich will be talking about that in a few weeks next time he
Right.
goes to Canada.
I was at the border. No. So should we have a, I mean, oh, Addie says 50 subs. 50 subs with an exclamation point. I don't know who Addie
outside
is.
our demographic. That is a friend of my daughter, Rachel.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, that seems to be our demographic. Shelby Junior High, possibly?
Yeah, my son
Going to
goes,
Fraser, actually, high school.
my son,
Oh, Fraser.
my
Right
son
down the
goes
road.
to the rival of Shelby, and he says nobody's listening to the numbers
Is that
guys
would,
over
would
there.
that be
Well, yeah.
Mallow?
Yes.
There's not a lot of
Mallow.
that.
Yeah.
Parents won't let them.
No.
Not there. They're not going to rival turf is what we are. Yeah. So anyway, dollar drinks. I think we satisfied our commitment on the dollar drinks, and we have like another 5 or 6 weeks of
How many?
Chi-Chis.
How many varieties? Chi-Chi
It's so
has?
many.
8.
Just in the fridge alone, I think I got another 3.
Did you buy the bucket?
I
There's no variety pack, like a box, like a variety box.
dude, you go there. It's in a big fucking drum, like this tall.
Oh, so
and
it's
it's just
not like
filled
the-
with different.
What else varieties can you have? I know margarita.
Inside there right now, we have peach margaritas. We have regular margaritas. We have what was the other one?
Lime. No.
Something else. It was a margarita.
Does the
they didn't-
margarita actually? That's not wine based though, right?
No, they're all wine based.
Even the margaritas. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're gonna find out next week we're gonna have a margarita. But I think you could totally doctor these up, right? Like I know Richie, you like the spicy margarita. Why couldn't we put some shit in there and then like put some stuff on the rim or whatever and make this a $1.15 spicy margarita? Elevate that stuff, you know?
But it's not a margarita.
No,
it's
it's
got
actually
wine.
not. It's a margarita wine beverage. So, it's a little
Margarita
different.
wine mixer.
Jazz it up.
Margarita wine mixer.
Unbelievable.
What's that? Oh, Catalina. That's the name of the
Catalina,
island off the
yeah.
coast of San
Catalina.
Diego. Oh boy.
Question:
Yes, sir.
You think they're, turning that over enough in the bucket? I mean, imagine that bucket. And
Oh, they just
Yeah.
reload the top.
yeah,
and
so
they're
that
not.
stuff on the bottom might be expired.
I dig my hand in there. It's fun. I enjoy shopping for Chi-Chi's beverages. And
So that comes in a drum, but they do have the like you could get the buckets to go, the Fireball, Jack Daniels, and I think there's one
Yes.
other liquor in there, right?
yes. You can do that. If you if you want to do a shot or you want to have a mixer.
It's the same container.
But this is a drink that somewhat resembles the drink it's supposed to resemble
Yeah.
for $1. It's
Actually,
already got ready to go. You just drink it.
It's like an ounce.
this is great.
It's not the same. Like I think those Fireballs are they're one shot each or whatever. The Jacks they're one shot each.
Yeah. So you buy those like little airplane bottles, right? You buy them, you
Yeah.
mix them with Coke, and
Right.
there you go. I would recommend that you shake this one and you shake the pina colada because it might have a
that's why it
tendency to
doesn't taste
settle.
good. It's good.
It doesn't taste as good. Yeah, I made that mistake the other day. I'm like, something's not right here. And I'm like, I forgot to shake it.
All right.
Yeah.
Good
So
to
the
know.
first time you bought these, was that before the podcast or
I think it's been within the last 10 weeks.
okay?
Yeah, I happened to be at Meijer and I was in the beer aisle.
Myers or Total Wine?
I was at Meijer for this
Okay.
the first time I bought them, and they had a big drum of these things. I'm like, oh, that's funny. And they had mojito, and Mrs. Midwest loved mojitos,
Oh, yeah.
right? And they had Long Islands. I'm like, well, I enjoy
How
Long
long?
Island.
I do like.
So I
Long
just grabbed 2 of them. They were $1. I'm like, let's give these a shot. She didn't care for it. I did. She doesn't see the value though.
You didn't buy them specifically for the podcast. You bought them because
Yeah, I bought them just to try
Got a
them. I
drinking
thought, well, whatever you can call it that. I like to sample different beverages, and they were $1. And ever since then, I've been having a lot of pina coladas in my house.
On a side note, they used to call Rich in college Long Island Rich.
Long Island Rich.
Yeah,
I think it was Hurricane Rich, my friend.
you liked them both, didn't you?
I think Hurricane Rich was the actual nickname
I've been at a hurricane.
given
in a
to
long
you
time.
by your older brother, Dale. Shout out, Dale.
Rich's hurricanes though involve Southern Comfort, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
The High Proof Comfort, Hawaiian Punch, a couple of cheap vodkas.
Well, I'm a Hawaiian Punch fan. That's good.
They were good.
Hawaiian Punch does not belong in any alcohol.
It's good. Hawaiian Punch is good.
Beverage.
Though.
Right.
I can't knock Hawaiian Punch.
Had a good time.
We got a moment of
sorry guys,
silence.
I had to step away for 1 second. You continue to talk.
Good for nights out at the Dollar.
The Dirty Dollar. You ever been there?
The Dirty
Anthony?
Dollar?
Dirty deep.
It was officially known as the Silver Dollar, but
Silver
it had
Dollar.
a lot of colloquial names.
Yeah. Silver Dollar.
well.
Yeah.
Looked like the Alamo when you walked into it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit. It's a cool place. They actually did shut it down after we left, though, because Girls Gone Wild had infiltrated all the colleges, and
Yeah, that was
had
episode
some parties there.
22, I believe it was.
East Lansing's finest.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Spring
believe
break.
that was the end of it, though.
Is that still a thing, Girls Gone Wild? Or is that?
I don't think
That's
so.
been put to bed?
I think that guy got arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was not
That
doing
was
some
big.
savory stuff.
Yeah, that was big like 20 years ago, right? Girls Gone Wild?
I think he got out and created the
least.
Fire Festival, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, was that
That's
him?
not the same guy.
I was gonna say,
He was also involved in the heist of Pappy Van Winkle.
man, what a jerk!
So this show on Netflix,
Guy's a real jerk.
Is it like a bartender hosting it, like a actor? I saw some bourbon documentary on Netflix, but I don't know if it was the one you're describing.
No, I think it was just mainly from the guy that was involved in some of the inappropriateness at Pappy.
At
Pa-
PVW.
Yeah. Not to be confused with the old.
PPW.
Long history of alcohol in our history when it was prohibition, and
Sure. Yeah, Detroit was pivotal.
can you name me the
during all that
only
time.
bourbon that was allowed to keep making bourbon during the prohibition?
Oh, wait.
Yes.
The only company, I don't know if they actually made bourbon. I think they were
Was
allowed
that
to make bourbon.
Makers?
No,
That's what I would have said. I would have said.
I think
Makers,
it's larceny.
it's
Nope.
actually Buffalo's Trace.
Oh, Buffalo.
That's the-
Buffalo Trace.
So they were selling as like a medicine or cough
I
syrup
think
or
so.
something?
They were actually allowed to keep making their product or some variation of it
Yeah, for
um,
medical.
medical purposes.
Yeah.
Aren't they the same distiller that produces,
Buffalo Trace?
yeah,
Yes.
produces
Go figure.
Pappy Van Winkle?
Are they?
Oh,
I want to say yes. Being
Is that like
I've
their
done a
high-end?
deep dive into it.
That's like their, I don't know.
I
could
don't.
be.
It's like they're the distiller, but they're not the owner or whatever, so they can't call it, count it as Buffalo Trace. But I think they.
Well, it's like Jim Beam, like they're high end bookers, so like they have different names underneath their label. Maybe it's one of those type of deals.
My mother-in-law liked that wild turkey.
Yep.
Made sure we bought some of that for our wedding.
was your mother-in-law with you guys in Louisville?
No, but she was with us in 2005 when we got married.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Not,
she went.
not
That's
Rich
the
and
one.
I, Ethel and I.
Right. Right.
And when we bought all that booze from the duty free,
Oh, yeah.
we would make trips back and forth because,
Which that's
We were
frowned,
able to
that's frowned upon to load up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
2 bottles a person is like the going deal.
that's it. Well, we were doing 5-6 liters at a time.
That's
So your
risky
mother-in-law's
business.
a wild turkey fan?
She
you
was
say
a
that's
big
risky business
wild
or whiskey
turkey,
business?
Wild turkey 101.
101?
Yeah, that'll put hair on your chest, which isn't good if you're a mother-in-law. You want to avoid
Well,
that.
Jack, my father-in-law, Jack.
Yeah, he's got that boat.
Jack's off fishing.
Right,
They
yeah,
went.
yeah.
By the way, they shout out. They had a wild
Shout out.
fishing trip the other day.
A wild fishing
yeah,
trip?
It was in the wild.
Wild
and
turkey meets fishing?
Wild turkey. Turkey wild turkey in the wild.
Couldn't get a hook in fast enough, and they were pulling up
Wow.
all
What were they
manners
catching?
of fish.
Carp?
All manners. Okay.
Perch, I think.
Perch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's popular in the Great Lakes.
I think Wild Turkey 101's a high, like mid shelf, right? 20.
I want to
30
say
bucks?
yes. When I first met my father-in-law,
I think
he
so.
said he liked the 151 rum
Oh,
Yes.
because more bang for your buck.
that's too much.
So-
I think that's almost undrinkable, isn't it?
It's
Like
too
you don't
much.
I tested it on our buddy Greg, and
test.
it
Is he a
was
subscriber, by the way?
I don't know.
I don't think he knows about the show.
Why didn't you tell him about the show? He was
Well,
just in
it's
town.
not for everybody.
Wait,
I
is
think it's
something
for
wrong with
Greg
him?
though.
Yeah, I mean, great battle rapper. Greg is.
I like people to find it on their own.
Shaggy.
Is that wrong?
If you ever want to hear a Shaggy knockoff, he's your man.
Yeah. Yeah. Shaggy.
We'll have to let him know he was mentioned on episode 10 and get number 50, bang number 51 home.
51. Here we go. All right. Now, Rich, you've bitched about a lot of things. Well, one thing in particular. We had some dollar drinks. We're relaxed now.
I'm pretty relaxed.
You know what really grinds my gears?
What's that?
Yeah. Golden Nugget online.
Did we talk about this already?
We're going to talk about this. I'm going to give you an example of how bad these assholes at Golden Nugget are.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah. I hate these people. After last night, this happened last night.
These people?
You people
So
hate them.
It's fresh.
By you, I mean Golden Nugget.
I usually have a 24-hour rule to calm down
Oh,
after
it's,
something.
this cut is
Oh,
too
that's
deep.
bullshit.
It's too deep, Tones. Let me show you. Okay,
Tones, you've been signing too many parent waivers.
so here's what happened. I get this nice email from them saying, hey, you get a 100% bonus match up to $150 with a deposit of $20 or more. And we've all had these, right?
Sure.
Offers, right? Where you get some deposit match. If you put in $100, they give you $100, but you have to wager it through so many times, right?
Right.
In order to capture.
Needs to be a requirement, playthrough requirement.
Right. So I go on the website, on the app, Golden Nugget. Golden Nugget, never go on it, by the way. Whatever you do, don't ever use Golden Nugget. So I went on Golden Nugget, and I tried to hit the little information symbol by this offer, because the information symbol will give you the terms and conditions of the offer. I want to see what the playthrough requirement was, because if it was more than a couple times, I don't play online slots or anything like that, unless it's a good deal. So it wouldn't work. I was hitting it, it kept just looping me back to where I started. So I
First
decided,
warning.
right?
Shot.
I'm thinking, well, this is not right. So I decided I was going to use the little chat feature to chat with a live person and ask them
Smart.
what the wagering requirement is, right? So I did that. And here is the you may not be able to read this, but basically it says, I want to know, I got this offer. What's the wagering requirement? They tell me the wagering requirement or the playthrough requirement is 1x, one time.
One time too,
One time.
which is very nice.
It's a great deal. It's a great deal at that point. In fact, I texted, I think you guys, and said, hey, Golden Nugget's got a deal right now. It's a
You did.
one-time wager requirement. $150. So you just have to wager $150 and they give you $150. Great deal. So last night, Mrs. Midwest, I put $150 in the account. And I said, just play $150. Keep track of it. Do whatever slots you want. Have a good old time. Maybe we'll win more than $150. If we're down, we're getting $150. So who cares? Well, she gets done wagering her $150. And it turns out, I look at the little bonus-o-meter, and it says
0.02%.
right. It says I'm 3% through. So I contacted customer service and I said, hello, I deposited $150 with a 100% match. Contacted Nugget earlier today to verify the playthrough and was told it was one times. I played $150 and I'm only 3% of the playthrough. That couldn't be that couldn't be right. Couldn't be right. So, they of course, I'm sitting there, they're looking into it. And I don't know if you guys can read this or not, but it turns out that they say, oh, no, it's a 10 times wager requirement.
How do you go from 1 to 10?
Right.
That's a decimal place. You gotta
That's
move.
that's a full 10 times more.
Yeah.
10 times more.
That's 15 grand.
Even so, you shouldn't
Yes.
have been at 3%, right? You should have been at 10%.
No, it's
I guess, yeah, that was probably wrong, too.
Well, no, it's 300 to 15 grand. She was
1,500
through.
it would have been. Right?
Well, no, you only bet 150. She went through once.
Right. Once you need to go through 10 times. So it would have been 1,500.
It might have been
bucks.
100. It's probably 150 of 15 grand, roughly.
No,
That's 1%.
Whatever it was.
Whatever it was.
It's
Yeah,
more
you're
than
at
what
3%.
they told me.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I just conjured this up and said, "Oh, I thought it was just one time." I'm like, "Well, no," because I actually went out of my way to contact you because I couldn't get the terms and conditions
Right.
on your website. So I
Right.
contacted you to ask before I put another $150 into the app. And basically, their position was,
So she played through 150. What do you have?
it was less than 150. She lost probably 30, 40 bucks
Okay.
doing that, and we had money in the account anyway on top of it because
So
I
just
I
looking to
use
cash
them
out your
sometimes.
110. You had fun,
Well, yeah. Whoops, and let me.
but you can't.
Yeah, so the ultimate, God, you guys can't, I can't really see this even, but basically what they said is, we're sorry. We understand, but it's a 10 times wager requirement. My position was, it wasn't a 10 times wager requirement. They're like, we can't change our bonuses. I said, I don't want you to change your bonus. I just want you to give me what you told me the bonus was. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's $150. And I told them, because I had a call after this. I was so steamed last night about this because I'm like, it's not the $150. I mean, granted, that can take my family out to dinner with $150,
Maybe.
but it's the point of it. You told me this.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I told this broad, I said,
You verified, and they told you.
what if?
Did you show her a screenshot?
Oh yeah, and they had the transcripts. So they acknowledge the fact that they screwed up, but they won't make it right.
You know what, Jim? The problem is you took their land, so you're fucked.
Well, that is probably part of the problem.
That's, that's deep rooted.
They won't
that was
fix
on
it.
purpose. They're not going to fix it.
No, well, they're not gonna fix it.
I think I tried them when they were brand new. They were terrible.
Well, hey, dude, listen. If I didn't check it, and they said, "Oh, well, no, that's why you don't have it," okay, I get that. But I went out of my way to verify what it was because I couldn't access it via their means. They told me one thing, and then not. And I told the lady, I'm like, imagine this: you go to McDonald's, and I'm standing there in my McDonald's uniform at your little drive-through speaker, and I'm like, "Hey, you got $1 Big Macs today?" So she orders 10 Big Macs. Then she gets to the window, and they're like, "No, it's $10 Big Macs, not $1." Would you not be really fucking pissed off?
That would be noticeable. Yeah.
Yeah, noticeable. And then to not do anything about it, and then to be on hold. I was on the hold for like an hour last night. And I
Which
said,
is
there's somebody
way more-
that's got to be able to fix this. I mean, just whatever.
But give me the
wouldn't
money
do it.
back. They screwed up. Jose
That
or
should
whoever
be
it
it.
was first messed up.
Hey, I'll tell you what, if it was DraftKings, they would have made that right.
I think so.
And now
Yeah,
DraftKings
yeah.
just bought Golden Nugget Online, by
That's
the way.
too bad.
Yeah.
Well,
That
maybe you
was-
should try again.
If they just made you whole, say, take your 150 back, and
That's it. Actually,
Have a nice
that
day.
would have been fine.
Yeah.
That would have been fine. Because I wouldn't have participated in that bonus
If you-
or in that program
thought
if it was a 10 times wagering requirement.
Honestly, that's
I
just
wouldn't
that
have
would
done
be
that.
good business for them too. Like, because you
Well-
wouldn't be on here complaining. I mean, but honestly though, like, what's that to them?
Right.
It's a drop in the bucket. You got to acknowledge that your clients. Take them back to the room, beat them a little bit, and tell them, that's not the structure,
Right. And don't mess it up again.
or else
Yeah.
you're back to the reservation.
But seriously, it's $150. And I couldn't believe that they didn't say, "Oh yeah, we really screwed up here. We apologize. Here's your money back, and here's next time if you're ever in Las Vegas, here's a free buffet. Sorry
Something.
we screwed this up. We told you one thing and then don't deliver on that promise."
I think I did some when they first came out, and I tried to withdraw my money. I won a couple $100 or something off their bonuses,
Yeah.
and it took 4 days for it to come back to my account. Like,
Ooh.
oh, that's a long time.
every day I'd be like, "Am I getting this money back or not?" Like, I almost thought it was like fraud. How long it took? Because usually, I mean, at the longest, it might take 12 hours. Sometimes DK is weird, so I use them the most, and I'll have it in my account in like an hour sometimes, and sometimes it'll be like half a day or something. Like
It
that.
shouldn't take more than a few hours, you wouldn't think, to just send you your money.
Right.
Now, granted, if it's ACH,
Well,
then
I guess right. That's what it
Next
is.
day.
ACH.
Next day.
Yeah. Because it comes into PayPal a lot quicker if you do it that way.
yeah.
Right.
But still, next day shouldn't be a problem. 2 days shouldn't be a
Rich
problem.
does DK transactions like 3-4 times a day, though.
Well, you got a lot of money back
He's a
and forth,
preferred
huh?
customer with them.
I am. Well, they come out with these bonus. They're like on bonus rampage right now. I don't know if you've.
I haven't really been paying that close of attention.
Right now,
quite
every
honestly.
day there's like, play $800. We'll give you $200 free. If you get through that, then you keep it. A little bit of a gamble, but
Well, that's cool. I'll tell you what, though. That was the result of this. I closed my account. I had a hard time even closing my account, and I still haven't got my money yet out
Yeah.
of it. So,
oh yeah, you won't for another
no,
couple days.
no. So, and
Stay away.
I may have mentioned to the lady on the phone when I called and waited on hold, and I got the supervisor, and I was going on and on, just screaming at these people, which I feel a little bit bad about. It's not their fault. But it was like 1:30 in the morning, and I was really fucking pissed off about
You were
this.
steamed, as you put
I
it.
was steamed.
Cutting
man. I
into
was
my women's
steaming.
tennis.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I got another 3 hours. Women's tennis will start.
You were
I should look
drinking
forward to
your,
it.
you were drinking your coffee all night, and you were
I
pissed off.
using my
Chi-Chis.
Keurig. I was having.
It's like 6 deep.
I had it. There was bottles all over. I was throwing these. Good thing
Lot
they're
of
plastic. I was throwing these bottles against the wall. I was really pissed.
It's again, it's wine based.
It is wine based. Yeah,
Mudslide.
they love wine in Mexico.
So you're almost a borderline wino.
Why no? No. Yep.
I really don't drink that many. I might Dean Martin this a little bit for effect. But yeah, I
was
just
that
man, was I pissed
melted
off about
frosty? What would be the equivalent of Dean
this.
Martin?
This is
being,
more like a melted frosty. And I did tell them. I said, in fact, it's in one of these texts. I said, I gave them the website address. Said, have your boss tune in. I'm gonna. I did a do you know who I am kind of thing. Like they give a fuck about the 50 people that are gonna ever see this. But
Get a balloon.
no, I know, but they should. They
Might
should.
be one of our new
And I'll tell you what,
subscribers.
I'm going to edit this portion down, and we're going to tweet this whole part right at them, and I'm going to continue. They don't know. I'm incredibly. I'm a real asshole sometimes.
You could be
and I will just
persistent
beat
when you got a
something.
point.
Oh yeah, I'm
You
gonna
got a point
I'm gonna
to
beat this.
I've never heard you call
Have
that
you taken
before.
the Twitter handle Mr. Midwest yet? You better grab that.
I don't have that, but I plan on talking about this as long as I'm alive, and I will tell everybody never use Golden Nugget
Could you make it a short?
because they don't honor
For
their
YouTube?
promises. Yeah, I'll make it a short. I'm going to make it a short. I'll make it a long. I'll make it a medium. I'm going to go on and on about this. In fact, I'm going to end every show with never bet at Golden Nugget.
Shout out. Golden
Hashtag.
Nugget.
Yeah. So way to go. For $150, couldn't make it right. Going back on their promises. I don't deal with people.
I look forward to next week's show where Daryl jumps on Golden Nugget and tells us a positive review.
It's it's really good actually. I like their odds and no, I haven't had a problem with them until this. This was just stupid. Just stupid. Not even just like I said, give me $20 back or whatever it is. Give just
Something.
Something.
Send me a
They
Chi-Chi's
can't
bucket.
fix it. They can't change the promotion. Whatever.
So Quentin was telling me that shorts are a good way to up your
Oh, it
views.
sure is. It sure is.
So-
But I wasn't 100% confident in the product until the second episode, I think, is when we released our first short. Wasn't it?
I think it's
I
our
think
most
you're right.
viewed.
Then you released 8 more in the next 10 minutes, I think.
No, those were just regular videos. They weren't shorts.
Oh.
Yeah, shorts are under a minute. That was you with the Twitter handle.
Oh.
And I think the fact that you put Little Caesars in the headline.
A cease
That
and
helped.
desist was
Yeah,
presented.
we might have got a call from their legal team. But,
It was a positive review, I think. So
yeah.
we're okay.
But you know what we're going to do? So, that rant is going to be its own video. And the idea is, now that we're at 10 shows deep, is we're doing different segments, which can be easily turned into their own video. I just haven't turned a lot of them into their own video yet because, frankly, we suck at this.
You said it after 50 subscribers you were going to quit your day job.
Yeah, I'm not ready. We don't have the earnings yet for me to do that. In fact, we have no earnings or no method of getting earnings.
After 50, doesn't the money just start
all right.
flowing in? After
That's
50?
all right.
There
We're
should
having
be
fun.
a book on this.
Frank, I think sweating profusely like I'm doing right now is a big part of the fun.
Sweat equity?
Yeah, you want to talk about sweat equity. I think I just bought General
Definition.
Motors today with all this equity I've earned.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Maybe
this is
Kroger
big.
stock.
GM.
Yeah, it could be Kroger, it could be Chi-Chi's. Who knows?
That's what you got to do in the shorts, though, is put those names in there. I think those shorts would grab a little more.
Just put random big
Like
company
Kroger,
names.
yeah.
Just put Twitter in there.
Are you naming
Well, the
names?
little Caesar
I'll
short.
name names. I'm not afraid. Golden Nugget, for an example.
Absolutely.
Bunch of assholes.
You're
They
not
are
staying
the
there
worst.
in Vegas next.
You know what I got to
Fine.
do? I got to find out what the relationship is because I hate to slander the fine folks at Golden Nugget Las
Yeah.
Vegas because I don't think they're really related.
I would make sure.
I think they're just licensing their name to some online
Probably.
operator. Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. But I wouldn't use their online service if you gave me $150 right now. I wouldn't do it. Now maybe if you gave me 150 mudslides, maybe
Done.
I'd consider going back.
Is there tax on those mudslides?
Ooh, I don't know. Look at my receipt.
I would say so.
I don't know.
I would say.
It's probably built into the dollar.
Is it?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, it might be. Maybe they absorb
$1
it.
out the door?
It's really 94 cents or something.
94.
No deposit, though, right?
Again, I don't know.
I don't think so. They're not carbonated. Or is that the rule or something?
I thought it's just an aluminum can. I don't know.
No.
Other states, but
Not Michigan?
not Michigan because it's not.
Well, guys,
Picks?
I think we've actually
Are we at the halfway point?
we're almost halfway done. We're getting close.
The agenda.
We're on
We've got
we're
we've
getting
got
near the end.
15 of them.
last week's pick.
Do you think? Just a suggestion. Do you think we could switch over to Roman numerals?
Yeah. I can always do Roman numerals. That's
I
fine.
just think it
I
adds
get
a
lost after
layer
10
of,
though, right?
No, it's just X
XI, then XII.
Yeah.
XIV. XV.
WrestleMania 4 was IV.
Okay.
I like IVs.
But if we're trying to get to 3
Or
hours, we could just
I-
sit here and count Roman numerals and see how far we can count.
Yeah,
Well, we're the Roman numeral guys.
We're
Roman.
the numeral guys.
If it gets any hotter, we're going to need a nurse in here with IVs.
That's true. That's true.
soon.
Okay, gentlemen, let's talk about last week's picks. Does anybody have, Rich, we'll start with you as we do and work our way this way. Do you have anything that sticks out from you last week? I think you were one
and two, right? Was
yeah,
it 1
you
and
were
2
1
or
and
2 1? Because I did an extra pick that I don't know if it was on the.
No, you were 1 and 2. There
Okay.
was a winner that was it was one of the favorites minus 130.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was close to. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I can't give you any more soccer winners because they're on break to August 20th. So, yeah, we went 1 and 2. Added another game. Unfortunately, I'm limited to 3. I won, so I went 2 and 2. But close games as usual. What can you do? You know, I got to give you 3. I gave you my 3 best. We went 1 and 2. So
I thought Messi was playing Friday.
if he is, it's not for. It doesn't count towards league play.
Is it like
Might be
scrimmage?
some scrimmage or something.
Might be a friendly,
A friendly, as they say.
which was
Oh, was
one
that
of my
something?
favorite restaurants as a child.
Oh,
Yeah.
friendlies?
I'll tell you what, you like those white fries. They got the white fries at Friendlies, dude.
How about
Sure.
Shoney's?
And they
down
also
Y'all wanna go to
not the
Shoney?
same, but
I thought that was a
pretty good.
southern joint. Showing
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember there was a
Friendly's-
Shoney's right at the corner of right by Columbus Freeway there?
That was a Hardee's.
No, this side. It's now National. That was used to be
That was a
Shoney's.
Shoney's?
Oh yeah.
Where?
Right at
I don't doubt you, Jimmy, but
yeah.
man, that's hard
Don't
to
doubt
believe.
me. Yeah, it was a Shoney's.
Or as my grandpa used to call them, Shawnees.
Or Shoney's. Yeah, Christopher Columbus Freeway at M59 by the McDonald's there. Jared Galleria Jr. Jewelers.
You're saying, oh, I got you. Where
Yeah.
that Coney? I thought that Coney was there forever.
It was a Shoney's before it was a Coney's.
Really?
Okay.
I don't remember.
You guys don't remember this?
It's always been Coney's.
Hey,
since I-
people in the audience, there's 5 of you. Any of you old enough to remember that being a show? Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm almost positive.
I think the first time I went to Shoney's, me and Dubs were driving down to Florida for Atlanta or something.
We got a
I didn't know that was
the shrimp buffet.
It's basically the. Did you really?
No, I don't
not
think we did.
deterred.
Basically, the big boy of the South is Shoney's.
I would say
it is-
so.
it
Yeah.
is- it
Are
is.
they still in business down there?
Shoney's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you're driving down to Florida, you see
I
a
didn't
bunch of
see any in Kentucky.
them. I think like Georgia, Atlanta, and Florida.
Okay.
Before we get started, can I get anybody a beverage? I'm going to walk over to the fridge real quick. Are you
Yes.
guys
I got
More
like
of everything.
trying to open
you good,
cans
Tones?
right now.
I'll
but is
take
it
one
hot?
as something. Give
Okay,
me a
just one.
Banquet of the Bears, please.
I'll have a
Banquet? Okay.
Yingling.
Yingling
lager.
banquet. I'm taking
But-
orders now. That's what we do. All right.
Friendlies, they are still around on the East Coast. Incidentally, they're the ones that you might remember had the Reese's peanut butter cup sundaes,
Yeah.
which were delicious.
Delicious.
I'm not a fan of the peanut butter cup.
Say again?
I'm not a fan of the peanut butter cup anymore.
I'll have the lager, the American one.
I used to love it when I was a kid, but
That's
the
shocking.
crumbly, it's like the peanut butter's.
Not as
I'm more
Jeff.
of like a Reese's Pieces guy.
thank you.
Like the creamy peanut butter in there.
I'm good. No, I got like 3 open cans here.
Do you want the rest of my? Don't microwave it. Don't boil it.
I have half a sip left of this. You want this?
It was good though. It was good. I like the mudslide.
Tones, do you know why they call it the Banquet Bear?
The banquet beer. That's interesting. Why?
It's really not as hard as you're trying to think.
I have a guess.
A banquet.
Well, in
Sir.
what terms?
Like a hall? Like hall
A
party?
celebration.
So, back in the day, like in the 70s, like Coors wasn't available west or east. You couldn't get it because it didn't distribute it. And the only way you could drink it was at a banquet. That's the only way you could get Coors in the 70s back then.
Yeah, yeah,
banquet.
yeah. I saw Smokey and the Bandit.
That's why they call it the Banquet Bear.
The banquet beer. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Little fun fact.
That's fun.
Till Daryl throws something in my face next week. Tells me I'm wrong.
No, I'm just saying I saw Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah, I
that a
understand.
red
It's,
flag?
you know, there's beer in Texarkana. How's that song go, Jimmy?
There's beer in Texarkana.
Yeah. You
Give
never
me-
saw
hum me a
Smokey?
few more. Well, yeah, but I saw Smokey in 1986, maybe, and probably not much since then.
Eastbound and down.
Might have been.
Got to
three.
keep on trucking.
Eastbound and down.
Got that bandit on the run, or got the sheriff on the run, or something like that.
Okay, now hold on. Are we talking about the HBO series
No,
Eastbound and Down,
no. I'm talking about the movie.
which was one of the
Burt
funny
Reynolds?
with Kenny Powers, one
Burt
of the funniest.
Reynolds, Sally Fields,
Yeah, Smoking the Bandit.
Yeah. Okay. I thought you
Jackie
talked-
Gleason, of course,
Jackie Chan.
and
That was later. It was
who was
Smoking the Bandit too.
Who was the truck driver there, Jimmy?
Dom DeLuise.
Guess again.
He was in them though.
Yeah, he was in them.
Jerry Reed.
Jerry Reed.
Yeah. Did
Jerry.
the overture.
Jerry Reed.
Yes.
Who's Jerry Reed?
He played the famous Amos, I think it was, or Moses, Moses, or
Dubs, how was your picks
Not
last
a movie
week?
guy.
I'm gonna have, I'm gonna
What
have
was
to
your
buff
picks last week there?
you'd have to remind me. How did I
You had
You definitely went
you were
1-0.
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
do? Oh,
yeah,
you'd have to remind me which one I won.
Was that? Did you go against Tones?
Nah, that was 2
That was
weeks ago.
That was the
Hold on a
prior
second here.
week.
Yeah, that
Look
was
it up.
2
Hey,
weeks
by the way, if you're looking for something to do, you can go to our website, which is numbersguys.live. Numbersguys.live. In fact, all of our picks are on there. As of they're under the
numbers.
top pick section, I think it's called. I should probably know this, but
Let me take a look.
yeah, numbersguys.live. Plus every episode we've ever done in audio format and video format. So that's something special.
They don't have unauthorized use of the audio, though, right? They can't reproduce that in any way without the written consent of
Yeah, not without prior written consent
Major
of,
League Baseball.
of the numbers guys.
There it is.
Yeah. So let's go look at our top picks here. It's under picks performance. That'll give everybody's top picks and the performance using many metrics: year to date, 30 days, 90 days, 120 days, possibly. So you're just going to click on D-Dub's picks at the top there, and there's everyone that you've ever made.
So, what did I have? Chicago Fire versus Toronto FC.
That's correct, and that
And that
was
was
a
a
loser,
Yeah, that's just goes to show you don't bet on soccer.
right?
And then
Hater.
You had Charlie Morton of the Braves over 6. It was a pretty lofty number, over 6.5 strikeouts there.
yeah,
Yeah, he didn't. I think he had 4 that game.
and then I had the Braves covering.
Yeah, you had the Braves one line minus 1.5 there.
Yeah, minus 125. So I lost, but you know, I went 1 for 2, and I won like I brought home like 1.7.
Yeah, you lost.
Courses.
Call it 2.
I
That's
mean-
kind of. I think the 3 of us lost 2. Tones was a winner though.
Yeah, Tones. Well,
I finally.
let's
Tones was a
let's
winner.
get over to Tones and
Yeah,
see
let's
what
go
he
over
has
to tunes.
say
By the way, let me
about
just
his,
throw this on the screen here. This is our performance YTD or lifetime to date, actually. So Richie at a 5.39. D-Dub still in the driver's seat at 11.79. Tones,
goddamn.
Tones has basically cut his deficit in half now. He's back on the comeback trail. I'm barely treading water. And as a group,
Not the Bourbon Trail.
no. As a group, 1.15.
I would have to say we're getting pretty legit here, though. This is a lot of betting.
Well, we're at 112 units if you were to actually bet what
That's a
we were
lot of
talking
units.
about. Yeah, that's what she said.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
At a
we're at 12
Bukkake.
times. I mean, I'm just saying, 112 wagers.
Yeah, 112 picks. Call it. 112 picks we've made.
That's a good. track
Over
record
10.
now.
That's over. If I don't know, you guys are the accountants here. 112. We've done 10 episodes. How many is that per episode?
Like
On average.
10.02 or something.
Yeah.
I think me and Rich though have made at least 3 picks every week.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Richie's
I
at
would,
31. DW, you're at 30, which would make sense. Our Tones is only at 24, but he missed a couple weeks. I'm at 27.
Yeah, we're not taking it easy any weeks when we don't think there's any plays. We're giving you a
No.
pick.
And you know what, Daryl? I think you know this. It's been said by wise people that sometimes the best bets are the bets you don't make.
Yeah. That's true.
I've heard that the wise man has the power. I've heard that.
Was that Michael McDonald that might have said that?
I want to say yes.
Yeah.
I've
And it
heard
still
you
holds
got to
true.
bet money to make money.
Well, that's true too. Yeah. Yeah.
Spend
I'm
money
sorry,
to make
Jones.
money, sure.
No, it's okay. We're good.
Let's go ahead here and
Yeah. Let's get
Well,
the Florida
that's me.
Tones. He hasn't had too
Hit the
many
right button here.
weeks like this.
That was
Yeah.
a nice week.
No.
Go for
good
it.
week.
Good job,
week.
Tones.
So which of those two or those three are you most proud of?
I would say the Tigers on the road at Seattle,
Tigers are hot.
right outside right after the All-Star break, the plus 165. Hit that, and they're kind of rolling out after the break here. And then the other one I had Houston plus 135 over the Angels. So those two together. I lost the third game, but a plus 165 and a plus 135 gave me a pretty good week. So
Yeah, it's a good week.
Yeah.
Back on the old comeback trail.
yeah.
And me personally, not a lot to talk about. I made 2 picks last week. Both were women's tennis picks. Had Putintseva over Danilovic. That went 3 sets. I had Putintseva to win. Didn't come home. That was in the Swedish Open. Then I had another one. Didn't come home. I went 0 for 2.
Were they
know.
both women's tennis?
Yeah, both women's tennis. It wasn't awesome.
Man, I was putting a lot of faith in you for
Yeah,
ladies.
you found a good
know-
value play there. I thought.
EV.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So if you're doing this, right, you're talking, I think one of them was a 35% chance of winning that was priced at a,
Bryce was right.
so we got to remember there's still a 70% chance of that losing. It's just over time that's
Yeah.
going to make you money.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So
I
it's,
gotcha.
Well, it looks like Anthony
Can't
made
really.
some positive EV picks last week.
Anthony
job,
came home
Anthony.
big.
In
And-
fact, the
and-
one that was
Yeah.
even money was the one he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cubs.
the even
Cubbies.
money one I lost. Yeah.
If we
Welcome
look
to the podcast.
at this, the group, had Anthony not come home this week, we would be in the red
That's right.
because we're only up 1.28.
He is hot. This
Yeah.
could be his
So
month.
he kept us going.
I think I'll continue this week.
So we appreciate. I think you will too. And speaking of, these are the top picks. These are the top picks. You guys ready for some picks?
Yeah.
Let's do the picks for this
All right.
week.
Now, Richie, he wouldn't give me his pick. In fact, I specifically asked him when he got here. I said, "You didn't put your picks in. You want to give me your picks? I'll help you. Maybe you don't know how to operate your phone or
Right.
something."
I was about to put my picks in. I'm like, nope. I'm going to wait till the.
He said, "I'm not giving them to you."
It's the 10th episode.
Right.
I got some big news for everybody.
All right.
I'm transitioning after
Oh
that.
my God!
Are you
I
gonna
knew
be-
that's why. You're like,
fine.
"Hey, JT, where's the Bud Light,
you don't
man?
need
You
to
don't
make a
need
big,
Bud Light in there?" Yeah.
Make a big thing about it.
Okay.
You know?
Well, after consulting a lot and talking over with my family,
You gonna be Rich
No,
Alina?
you're not serious, are you?
I've decided to transition to
I
a
can't tell.
future pick.
Oh.
It's on DraftKings, and all 3 units are going on the U.S. Women's World Cup to win plus 250.
Okay.
Wow.
No soccer, my ass. U.S. women's always win. Plus 250. If you put $35 down, every goal they score, you get $1 bonus bets. Get on DK today, folks.
I only have the stock effects,
3 units.
one of which is applause. So I'm going to give you some applause on
I
that.
think that's a solid bet. Yeah.
Thank you.
When will that be settled? That bet.
I don't know.
About
Probably a month or so.
a month.
well, we'll look forward to that, Rich.
Thank you.
Wow. I don't really have a way to account for that on this. That's okay. No problem. No problem.
So he can't
We'll
be
ask
here
you
in
in a
the
month
next
from
3
now.
weeks. He can't show up until that.
No,
bet.
it's
You'll have to
my-
read
it's
the
my
bylaws.
3
I'm not
units
sure how
this-
this
That's
works.
right.
Yeah.
I transitioned to
sure.
a future bet. What's wrong with that?
That
Yeah.
means he
All
can't
right.
show up until that.
I just
bet
won't
is
have a
final.
result on it for a while. Unless I get knocked out.
That's fine.
By the way, were you, Rich, were you participating in the chat here? Was that you?
I was. I told
That was
Addie
nice.
to go tell her parents
Yeah.
to subscribe. She has 2.
Yeah. Let's see if they did.
2 parents. That's
That's
great.
rare nowadays.
It is.
Yeah,
That is not
unfortunately.
the norm.
No,
Not
it's
the
not the
norm.
norm.
It
All right.
might be on
Shout
the
out
low end,
to
actually.
Sean and Diane.
Little Diddy.
Might be on the low end, 2 parents these days.
Well, yeah, sometimes there's 4. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes there's more.
We had some
Whatever.
And that's okay.
It's okay.
lots of steps in the
whatever.
equation.
It's all okay. All
Step
right.
it up.
Sometimes there's none.
D-Dub, you got the Rough Rider at
Yeah,
the
there's,
Lions. This is CFL.
Unfortunately, there's a limit on how many letters you can
Yeah,
use.
10.
It's 10.
Yeah, 10.
I needed 11.
I figured there was supposed to be an S there, but I wasn't sure.
Well, Here's the deal. There used to be an Ottawa team known as the Rough Riders, but that Rough Riders was two separate words, Rough Riders, versus the Saskatchewan
not Calgary.
Rough Riders, one word.
Let's Calgary.
So had this been an Ottawa Rough Riders pick, it would only say Ottawa Rough Ride, the Rough Ride.
Right, that's true.
So that would have been much
Yeah.
funnier.
Yeah, that would have been
But
funny.
instead, I have I'm taking the Lions for brevity's sake.
Okay.
You've taken them before, right?
And what are you taking them here? You taking with the spread?
I'm taking them, minus 10.5, which
Lions
sounds like a
minus
lot
10.5.
of a heavy load to bear.
Whoa.
But
Yeah, come
What
on.
about a load?
Nope. I could see Richie. He's going towards the microphone as soon
Yeah,
as you said that.
he was gonna say something raunchy there.
Right.
How many loads are?
You know what's great is
How many loads does a bear have?
Daryl and I both scolded these two after the show last week for being really inappropriate. So I'm glad that they've toned the blue comedy down. a little
After
bit.
10 o'clock, everything goes. It's all on the table.
So anyhow, the
postulate,
Lions
that's-
minus 10.5. I think they're going to cover. I think they're going to win by like 24. I don't know what a ruse is worth yet, but I have a
working on
feeling
that.
there's going to be a couple of those
Okay.
and a couple the ones
Drop
where they
kicks?
don't get it out
Like
of
a Doug
the
Flutie
end
drop
zone.
kick?
Like a flutie.
You know, Flutie Flakes.
Yeah, we call it a flutie on this show.
So
All right, so that's the play. Lions minus 10.5, laying 10.5 at plus 100. So you're
yeah,
even money there.
even Steven. Next, we got baseball.
Have you seen my baseball?
I got the
covered it.
A's. Yes, we already talked about this. Plus 172. No.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, that's what you said. A's plus 172.
Damn it! I think I actually took the run line. Let me just verify that if you wouldn't mind. I'm not trying to change my bet. I just ultimately I'm changing.
We
my
told
bet.
everybody earlier before the bet, so
All
I
right,
put my
let's
bet
go
in.
with the
No,
172.
No, I don't care. This really means nothing.
I'll
Just-
take the 172.
No.
No, I feel bad because I already told those people to do that.
Well, yeah, no, you
so
gave the people
I'm gonna
that bet,
stand
yeah.
behind
And
that.
that game started already, right?
Yeah,
That's
it's long started. I mean, that game is probably in the 7th inning. by
Almost
now.
over. 10:22.
I'll get a score update.
Let's take a look at what's going on.
So, originally I was going to take the run line, but whatever.
A's up
Plus-
1-0.
Plus 172. It sounds like the lock of the millennium, but I'm not going to ram it, jam it, or slam it. Damn it.
Oh, France has 4 Ks. That's good for me so far.
So, but the other pick is the one you guys really want to know about. Rich has been. What's the opposite of fading the Tigers all summer long?
Riding.
He's
Betting-
riding
Oh,
them.
riding.
He's riding the Tigers. I'm
Dumping
jumping on the
loads
train.
on the Tigers.
Okay.
Just today,
Going
though.
Tigers.
Just today.
Loads.
Today meaning tomorrow.
Massive loads.
Tomorrow, plus 112 at home against the Padres.
Okay. The fathers.
Just
yeah.
tuning these two out now,
No,
Jimmy.
that's what we got to do.
That's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
Tigers are what, plus 112?
Plus 112
That's
at
all-
home.
Who's in the pitching matchup?
The rookie,
Yeah,
R.
Olsen.
Olsen. R. Olsen.
Olsen, twins.
Oh, Reese? Yeah, he's solid.
I saw him pitch against the Royals, and he looked like the real deal. He looked like he's about 14, 15 years old.
Yeah, he does look like a youngin.
But
Middle school.
yeah, I'm gonna go ride the. Wasn't he one of the ones that threw part of that no hitter, or was that not him?
No. But he's
That was,
he's been really solid though.
The whole pitching staff has been lately.
Yeah.
Who's that crazy all-star we got? Lorenzen?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's gonna get dealt though, I think soon.
I don't know. We're only 5 back. Tone's got 2 years left on.
I don't know.
I think they'll try to find a taker for.
I think we win the
E-Rod.
division. Everybody want to get down on the Tigers AL Central again?
No,
You right.
We've been we talked about that and we never ended up doing it. But it's probably better
I
that we
think they're
didn't.
gonna,
Now that
they're
I'm
gonna
looking back
definitely
at it.
finish second, right? There's no way that
Shit, I
this
don't know.
team is. I mean, they're actually
No
healthy
way.
now, and they're 7-2 on the road. 5-2 on the road.
Yeah.
5-2 on the road.
We actually Tones and I were out. We did the Friends experience last night.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
seriously.
That was fun.
How did that not
was
make
fun.
the top 15 things to talk about?
that should have been a postulation.
You know, I thought about making that one of them, but then I looked at the agenda and I knew we'd be going over 2 hours, so they had one more thing. But yeah, we're going to talk about that anyway. So what's the difference?
The Tigers,
But that was cool.
the girls were really excited about
I
it.
had fun too. I mean, I think it was priced appropriately. It was $25 a person, and that was the right price. Like if I would have paid $30, I'd be like, I feel like I chipped a little bit. If I'd have paid $20, I thought I'd get a great deal.
Was it like a play?
$25. No, you go. It's at if you're in Michigan, it's at Great Lakes Crossing, which
Yeah.
is, and I think
Auburn Hills.
tours. Yeah, it's in Auburn Hills.
The biggest mall.
And you go
Michigan.
and they have different sets from the show. They actually have some of the real costumes, some of their outfits that they wore. You can sit in Central Perk.
Central Perk.
I mean, it was cool.
Great coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is there
everything's-
coffee there?
They actually
They-
did not sell. No, we asked them that.
No, but they had great spots for pictures. Taking pictures. And
Can the coffee
selfies.
be any hotter?
Right,
Yeah.
right. My Mrs. Midwest took a picture
Jim went to
wearing
sh-
all of Chandler's clothes, like the one where Joey, and of course she's like, "Can I wear any more clothes?"
Jim was carrying the couch up the stairs.
We did, the couch, like Bevette.
It
Yeah, so it was fun. It was worth $25.
was cool.
No
I
question
liked,
about
I
it.
liked it.
If you're a Friends fan, if you
show.
don't like Friends, if
I
you
like
like Welcome Back, Kotter, you're not going to have a good time there.
No.
Rich, would you like to talk about purses for the next 10 minutes?
No, but I like Friends.
Yeah, who doesn't like Friends? You don't like Friends?
No, I don't like Friends.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm a
You are-
man.
You are Canadian.
I'm
You
a
have
man,
a-
damn it.
You leave. Get out of here.
Those are three decent looking women.
Jennifer Aniston.
Aniston
and that-
was top notch 90s. God.
Aniston. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Courtney Cox was nothing to sneeze
No,
at.
she's nothing to sneeze at.
I
And
would-
Phoebe Buffay, Lisa Kudrow wasn't bad to look at.
She's okay.
As Norm MacDonald said, those are the handsomest goddamn funny people I ever met.
Rest in peace, Norm. Rest in peace. Actually, that's where I get the full 60 minutes, which he actually stole from
Larry King.
Larry King. Yep. So Norm would say that on his podcast. So it's a little tribute to Norm. Now
For
you know.
the hour.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Paul Newman once said, you never get over it.
That's right.
Not bad, Daryl. Not bad.
Where
Need some
were we here?
suspenders next.
Women's soccer. This is Tones. Tones is top picks.
Yeah.
The picks of the week.
So I want to give the woman some cred. Jim's been doing women's tennis for a little while here, so World Cup's going on. Pay homage to my heritage, but I didn't want to pick the winner of this game, but I like the over 2.5 Italy versus Argentina on Monday, the 24th.
Excuse me.
Excellent.
Sorry. Get bored.
What's wrong with that? Oh, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
All right, we got next. Little Tigers action.
And I took the Tigers. They're hot. Olsen, who Daryl was mentioning, good young rookie for the Tigers. Been pitching really solid. I like the plus 120 at home.
You got
I'm
better
going to
odds than
commend
you.
him. Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah.
commend Anthony for shopping in the line.
Yep.
He must have odds, Jam?
No. Plus 120 Tigers. They got some momentum going, and I'll ride them while they're hot.
Padres have not been very good this
And
year.
they have not been very good.
No,
Yes, you're right.
This was actually my point. I was going to say this when I got off on the Friends thing. We went to this Friends thing last night, and afterwards we went out and had dinner with our wives and some of our other friends.
Wives,
believe it or not.
girlfriends,
It's actually more
and-
Anthony's. I have no other friends besides people that are sitting at this table. But so we did that, and it was before the Tigers were about to start. So Anthony and I were looking at the odds for the game, and so we figured, we're going to see a few innings while we're sitting there. And we had three possible options. It was Tigers run line minus 1.5. It was Tigers money line, or it was under 8.5.
Yes.
2 out of 3 were great options.
And we picked the wrong one. we picked Tigers run line, and we had a boost. We had a 50% boost through FanDuel, and
I was
I don't
thinking
know how we
under
picked the wrong
initially.
one of those.
You didn't
three.
ask me about that. I'm the
I
best advisor
text you guys.
boost.
Well, both of us were sitting there. We're talking about okay, it's going to be one of these three.
Well, you must have
Which
done the
way do you want to do it?
They won though, so you must have done the minus 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
we did the run line. Yeah, which
The
didn't
Tigers,
pay.
the day before, they threw up like 10 runs, and
Lost,
if they
right.
throw 10 runs, they're like 2-1-0 for the next 3 games because
Right.
they blow a big wad one game
Right.
and then
Yeah.
they go cold.
Sounds like you should have put Kansas City plus 1.5.
Actually, that was my original idea was to take Kansas City money line. That wasn't the one either. But
No,
I was thinking the under initially,
Yeah.
and I should have.
that was really, I think, our strongest thing. Why we changed our
I don't know.
mind to do the run line.
I
It
was
stupid.
I was 2 old fashions deep by then. So.
Yeah, were those
Go
good
with
old,
your gut.
good old fashioned, by the way. Okay, so we got Tigers. Okay, there we go. You already gave out this pick, Tones.
Yes.
Yep.
And
So-
France is already. Houston's down 1-0, but France has got 5 strikeouts in the 4th inning here. So hopefully Astros could throw out some runs.
That may come home. Here's mine, which I already gave out earlier. Astros versus Astros money line. Team total over 4.5 runs. What inning are we in?
through 4, it's 1-0 A's.
Yeah, 3-4. But baseball changes quick. So
Okay.
yeah,
Was that your only bet?
that's it. That's all I had. There's
3 units?
Not much going on. No, just a 1 unit. 1 unit on this. That's a parlay. Parlay minus 110.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Guys, we got to give the trivia answer out. That's what we got to do.
Can I ask if this
yes,
is it at a
please.
stadium that's still around?
No.
Dang it.
Nope. Stadium is gone. So the question was, which MLB team was the first to have a field with lights for night games? That's the question. And I do have answers here.
Yeah, it's this one now.
I have.
I was thinking the same thing after he said that, but I guess
We'd like to change our answer.
This is
no.
this is Rich. He says Yankees.
That's not all I said.
Then he also said some other things out here, which I'm pretty good to repeat.
The Yankees sounded like obvious because
What did I say, Jim?
oh, but they had probably the money back then to.
I was thinking that, but
throw
I now that I think it's something else. But my full answer was Yankees, my winky.
Yankees my wing.
Well, that's interesting. Okay. This is interesting. This could be a show first. Here, guys. D-Dub says Ebbets Field, home of the Brooklyn Dodgers. And Tones says the Reds, spelled with a Z. Possibly. Is that what it says? Reds?
No, it's an S.
Okay, it's an S.
But
What
Okay.
state? It wasn't where. Is it a team or is it where the stadium?
We'll accept anything. Just name a city.
The communist is what he meant.
he's
full.
Mr. Midwest.
City.
I like Sparky Anderson and the Big Red Machine for the Tigers.
I can't even tell you where they played back. in
I
the
didn't
day.
think it was going to be Detroit.
Three River Stadium.
All right, here's the answer, guys. Are we ready?
I think I know the answer.
Do you?
What would you say?
Well, you think it's the New York.
All these are
Yankees.
wrong, right?
No,
Oh, all right.
no. Somebody here's right,
So what
which
would,
I didn't expect. This.
What would
This
you
is
be your
something.
second bet or second guess?
I would. I don't know. Tones is hot, but I'm gonna go with Daryl's guess.
The Brooklyn Nets.
The Dodgers, Brooklyn.
No,
Dodgers.
Brooklyn
The
Dodgers.
Bums.
Okay, correct answer. The Cincinnati Reds.
You didn't even say the field.
Ridiculous.
That's pretty impressive.
Crosley Field
That's
was
pretty
the
impressive.
answer.
I would have never known.
Yeah, on May
Why would you
24th,
guess
19.
that?
He said he's Mr. Midwest. So I was just like
First night game was played at Cincinnati's Crosley Field,
Unbelievable.
where the home team
I am
defeated the
shocked.
Phillies. I'm pretty shocked as well.
I mean, Tones is red. I mean,
I-
what were
what
those?
I
Give
like
me those
Sparky
bets again
Anderson.
this
Come up
week.
with the Reds.
Sparky Anderson.
That was
Big
in the
Red.
70s.
You
though.
had
This
you
happened
had
in
to
the
have you
30s.
had to have known that. Like you must have known that. You can't just guess
He
that.
must have heard you type it.
Maybe he
earlier.
did. He's like, okay, REDS, 5 letters. What could that be?
I was trying to think what teams were around way back when. What teams were still.
Oh shit.
I mean, the Reds
That's
used to
a big
play
surprise.
the
That's
Black
good.
Sox, so that
That's
they were
good.
they were definitely around. I think they
Yeah.
beat them when they had that scandal, the Black Sox.
I'm
Scandal.
surprised there was a night game in the 30s, though. I thought it would have been later than that. But
I would have guessed 40s or late 30s. Yeah.
When did The Natural take place, Jimmy? I know you never read it or
Saw it, never saw it.
That was supposed to be in like the 40s or 20s or something.
I was gonna say 40s or 50s, but
Remember he knocked out the lights?
He knocked out. He also knocked out the clock in Wrigley Field.
He had a hell of a run knocking
Knocking shit out. Huh?
fixtures out.
That's kind of what he did, apparently.
Put it on your 2 o'clock in the morning list, Jim.
I'll add it to the list.
It's got Wilford Brimley.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Talking
and,
about diabetes.
that bet is.
Or Mississippi Nights.
Yeah.
What was he on that? What was the? He was on some TV show where he was a detective in Mississippi.
No, I call
You're
Flag.
thinking Carol O'Connor. I think.
Flag his ass.
Was that Carol O'Connor?
That was
Yes.
Carol O'Connor.
Carol O'Connor?
Yeah, he did the
Come
night.
on, you mixed up Wilford Brimley.
One of my favorites of all time. Carol Connor.
Color.
Was
Yeah.
Wilford-
Carol O'Connor.
Who was in Cocoon? Wilford Brimley.
Coon? Oh,
He might have been Wilford Brimley, but it was
Alright.
definitely. What was that other old timer's name?
There's a lot of
Don-
them.
There's a lot of old timers.
Yeah, and Cocoon. Yeah,
Don-
sure.
Oh
Don-
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
The skinny guy.
Yeah.
Don DeLuise.
I mean, compared to Wilford Brimley, we're all skinny, I guess, in a way.
That's true.
We've all got lower blood pressure and sugar.
Don Knox.
A lot less diabetes.
No,
Not-
not that.
Done nuts.
He was a famous actor, I think, a little farther back, but he was in Cocoon.
Yeah, he's definitely famous.
You'd know
Don-
his face if you saw it.
We'll have to look that one up after the show
Yeah.
and find out what the answer is there.
Steve
Okay.
Gutenberg.
But have you guys ever seen? I don't play the closing theme
So, wait,
just
wait,
yet.
wait, wait.
I don't have it. It's on that SD card.
Wait,
So
wait, wait. So, Rich, how long was our show last week?
Like an hour and 12.
So, bringing in Daryl basically doubles our time.
yeah, we're at 2.5.
Daryl is the doubler, the DD doubler.
You're making that sound like it's a bad thing.
As Dave Chappelle said, it's a celebration, bitches. So enjoy it. What the
Daryl
hell?
doubles
2.5
the time.
hours for this one.
Doubles
10
the time.
episodes.
He
it's all
definitely
good.
sidetracks us like no other.
Yeah, we don't
think
stay.
that's what the show is about.
It's free form more when Daryl's here. That's all. Guys, we got to do shout outs. We got the trivia answer. Oh, no. Whoa. Almost forgot.
What?
We don't know who's buying the beer next week because you guys are going to have to Rochambeau
Oh, okay.
best of three. Yes. Now, this is entertaining.
It's been a while. You ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3. Ooh, gotcha. Racked him.
I'll be buying the beer.
Wow. I thought it was going to go 3 games like women's tennis.
Buy that beer that Rich really hates.
Yeah.
Do that. Do that.
Get that Trip L action.
I don't have a cruel bone in my body.
All right. D-Dub's buying the beer next week. That was a
was the first
lackluster
time.
Rochambeau, but it was the first. This was show history.
I
first
mean,
We're
time.
making history all over the place.
The first time we remembered.
We got history.
There could have been another one. It's time for shout outs. So this is always towards the end of the show here. Shout out.
Shout out.
Rich, start with you this way. Work your way towards me.
shout out 50 subscribers. Shout out
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
my daughter Lauren. She was not feeling well this
Oh,
week.
no.
Little gastrovirus, as they say.
Get better,
that sucks.
Lauren.
Yeah, get well soon.
Shout out Rachel. She made her club volleyball team
Yes.
after a whole weekend of tryouts.
Excellent.
I was going to ask you, so not to extend this more than it already is, but so because you were saying that they basically go try out at all these different volleyball clubs. Is that the way that works? And then you get picked?
Yeah, it's basically all in one weekend, and then they start sending you offers, and it's kind of crazy. So, if a club offers you a good spot, you have 24 hours to respond. Usually, you can sometimes get an extension, but at the same time, if there's a better club you're waiting for an offer, it'll go past that. So, at some point, you gotta make
wow.
a decision.
Oh, you got to gamble a little, possibly.
You got to gamble a little bit. Yep. And so she ended up on the Monster Squad out of Greg Grant this year. So
The monsters.
Is that good?
she took it. Yeah, she had 2 other offers. I think she has another one coming, but it's just too far past the deadline. So
Yeah, all right.
shout out Monsters.
Shout out Monsters. We're going to have a bunch of new subscribers. Monsters parents.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Herman and well, Morticia. No, it's Adams.
That's it.
I know the coach is my neighbor.
John
No,
something?
no.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a ton of coaches there.
Eric.
Eric, I think he's higher up than John, maybe. John's like at her age group, though.
He's my neighbor.
Oh, cool. Tell Eric to move her up to the national team next year.
I do have some leverage. I do have some
Give them a
leverage.
smoked old fashioned.
I will do that.
Yeah. All right, Richie. Appreciate the shout outs. D-Dubs, what do you got?
Richard Farnsworth.
Not sure who that is.
He was the bench coach in The Natural. We didn't really give him his
Great
credit,
actor.
credit due.
Full due? Yeah. Okay.
He was
Great
in a little
stash.
movie called The Straight Story.
Probably Academy
Is
Award
that the
winner.
JT story?
Well,
Because it should be. Not a gay bone in this body. Not that I care. It's,
It's your choice.
wait.
Yeah.
Your body.
I think Rich had some gay bones in his body before.
I transitioned.
Yeah. That's what he's saying. Okay. It's okay.
So-
It doesn't matter. No problem.
It's cool to be
We're all
gay
cool.
now.
No, it is. I don't have a problem with that at all. Not even a little bit. So, anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
but
Daryl.
yeah,
Didn't mean to
Richard
interrupt you.
Farnsworth. I would give him a shout out.
Great first name.
Rest in peace, because he's no longer with us. He was in a movie called The Straight Story. It was based on a true story where he rode a riding lawnmower across the state of Nebraska into Minnesota to visit his ailing, sick brother.
His best line in Nashville was, "Spaghetti's pretty good, but I can't spell it."
Sure, I don't remember that, but
I'm sorry. Did he have the blades down? Was he cutting a trail, or was the blades up when he was doing this?
blades were up.
Blades up.
Blades up. Okay.
Yeah.
Blades All right. Just checking.
He had to get it fixed at one point because he came down a hill and the brakes went out on him.
And
It was almost a mess.
did he almost run over Forrest Gump on the way?
Nope. But you know what happened? He had to get his riding lawnmower worked on, and it was worked on by Chris Farley's brother.
Huh? No kidding.
So
Richard Farley?
I don't think it's Kevin. I think his name is.
Oh, okay.
So shout out to Richard Farley. Richard
Shout out.
Farnsworth.
Yeah.
I would say, as Jim mentioned, the Friends experience, getting together with the wifeys. We had a great time. The ladies were all very happy and excited, and it was a pretty good setup there. So, shout out to that.
Yeah. Shout out.
Where was dinner after?
Sounded barf-tastic.
That was good. Orion Boathouse.
Boathouse,
A
yes.
new place. Right on
Is it
Lake
Thai or
Orion.
Chinese? Like
No,
Orient.
boat.
Boat.
Lake
What the hell does
Orion.
that mean? No, what kind of food?
American.
It was?
American
Whatever
fare.
they can pull out of that
Oh,
lake.
Lake Orient, not the Orient.
No, not
No.
Orient. No, I'm sorry. No, Orion.
Not
It's
the
on.
Orient,
It's actually
it's-
on the lake.
I'm
There's a
thinking
docks right there. and shit.
Oriental
It's cool.
Avenue. Sorry.
No, I get it. I get it now. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Boat? What does that mean? Is that something in Chinese? Okay. I have shout outs. I also have Cincinnati Reds trivia in case you guys are wondering. I have
Unbelievable.
shout outs. Hit the wrong button there. Shout outs for me. I got Mikey T. It's my brother. It took him 10 episodes to subscribe, but
What's up, Mikey T?
yeah.
Better late
shout
than
out.
never.
Shout out.
Shout out, Mikey T.
I got Mike M., who's a fellow that I met at Gator Jake's in
Is that the
Michigan.
Mike M. Weedo?
I don't know. I don't know his last name.
Tall fella?
No.
No.
No. But this guy's down on his luck. We're the only guy that he subscribes.
Only
We're
friends?
the only show that he subscribes to.
Okay.
Because I took his phone and did it for him because he
He has
couldn't
a
figure out how to do
YouTube
it.
account, though.
He did. Yeah, he has a Google account.
That's shocking.
Yeah, but
somebody would
things
have
are
a
going to get better
YouTube
for you,
account.
Mike. I promise you that. You're a nice
You
guy.
just gave me a couple of winners today.
Yeah,
Honestly.
that's true. That's true.
Put the bourbon up, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, if you got any bourbon, if you're actually listening, I doubt it. He probably already deleted his subscription, so whatever. And then last but not least, I got these fools. I got these three guys because without the three of you, it would be me sitting here talking for an hour, and that wouldn't be very entertaining.
And it would be just an hour, probably.
I would probably be about 15 minutes because that's all the stuff I usually have to say. So I appreciate you guys. And, what's funny is anybody that I've talked about the show to, they're always like, man, I've always wanted to do that, but never do. And we have
living
talked
the
about it.
dream.
And we actually did it, which is that's the hardest part. Is
When
actually
we're
doing
80
shit.
years
So,
old, we'll be able to bring up YouTube videos of us.
Yeah, right.
That would be kind of
That's what I'm saying. So
We show
We
our
did it,
grand-
baby, and we got up to 50.
we got to
At
50
least.
subs.
we show our
Unfortunately,
grandkids someday.
my
Yeah.
plan was to staple Tones' nutsack to his thigh at 50. He didn't agree to this, but that was what they did in Jackass.
I don't need any more kids, so that's fine.
Right, right.
We've lost 2 subscribers since you said
Well,
that.
that's perfect. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to plan for
Was
that
that
because we didn't
a
have.
staple gun or just
No,
a
staple gun.
Okay, staple.
Yeah, not a lot of pressure. You'd be able to pull them out real easily.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, but yeah, that was my plan. So maybe we'll do something. We'll do something outrageous next week. Now that we have 50.
Yeah.
Check out that straight story while you're, home this next several days.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
It's a classic. It's also in our Google Play library.
Our library. Yeah. All
Great
right.
story.
I'll check that one out.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Well, we don't have any outro music. 10 shows in.
Happy time.
Anything to say?
To 10, 10, 10, 10.
Yeah, 10. We'll see you guys next
Looking
Thursday,
forward to the next
8 p.m. Episode number.
You can do it like
I
this.
just-
11.
oh,
Is it,
yeah,
There
episode
you go.
11, baby.
I thought about it for
Episode
you. bud.
11.
Is it X and 1?
Don't forget
Oh,
to
you can
like.
do that.
Don't forget to